has to learn from the pain. Hey, I think about a day my girl that ran away with my pay when fellas came to play. Now she's stuck with my homies out of luck. Ooh, and I'm just a sucker with a lump in my throat. Hey,
or have fat sausage fingers, a skinny bird-like physique, or just no fingers at all? That doesn't matter because one size fits all. Critic Mittens, you'll be smitten. So come on down to Criticless.com. We're the home of the original Critic Mittens. And how?
Warning. The following show features reviews from wildly unprofessional critics operating without the supervision of professionals. The thoughts and opinions held by these individuals are not to be taken seriously and do not come from a place of intellectual integrity. This show doesn't reflect the opinions of Criticless or its users. Viewer discretion is advised.
What's up? What's up? What is up, everybody? Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Criticless Cast Unhinged. We are back and unhinged as usual and ready to talk about a bunch of stuff happening in the entertainment industry. And honestly, today is going to be an interesting one because this is our first double review that I think we've had. So we're going to actually be doing today a spoiler-free review of Tron Ares, kind of to kick things off after we'll open up with some Culture for Boomers or something just to kind of start off light and then kick off into that Tron Ares review. And also, then we will be getting to the meat and potatoes, which all of you voted on last week, which is Resident Evil, the OG Resident Evil film from 2002, which is quite fitting considering that apparently we just got a Beardo raid and he is a mega Resident Evil fan, but not a mega fan of these movies, which is pretty on brand for most folks that are hardcore game fans and in this movie. So that's going to be an interesting conversation as well. But I'm just happy to be here talking about all the horror movies, things that are happening in the horror verse that you guys want to see, because we've not had like a whole month where we could do this sort of thing, especially now that we're fully in critic hated movies. And honestly, it's sounding like Tron Ares might actually be a perfect way to kick things off, because right now I'm not going to say it's critic hated, but it's definitely not critic loved. So hopefully it sounds like we'll be bringing you a bit of a counter perspective than some of what you've been hearing around on the interwebs. But if you don't know already, I am Criticless Blaine, or just Blaine. I am the host per usual, but I do have both of my co-hosts here today, and they're both wondering which one I'm going to introduce first, but I'm actually going to introduce Chris Cows first. What's going on, buddy?
Good evening. I'm doing great. How are you?
And we fixed your camera so you don't look like a floating head anymore.
Yeah,
You're
actually,
like
I think I might have figured it out that like the seat has gotten dropped down. That's why it feels way lower than normal. I'm like real lounge.
And I mean, you're a little like
bad.
vertically challenged anyways, so
It's true. Yeah. I can own that 100%.
Hey, it happens, but that's all right, you know.
It is fine.
It doesn't mean anything about you as a person, Chris.
Yeah, we'll go with that. I don't have a Napoleon complex at all.
That's what I keep telling my son too, because he's a shrimp. So I mean, you know, I'm learning.
Did you say he just rips?
I said he's a shrimp.
Yeah. He's a child.
Yeah.
Are we comparing me and a child?
I mean, well, and also we've got Mr. Matt Verlack in the house. He's back.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining us tonight.
Yeah, and we've switched seats. We mixed it up a little bit.
Yeah, we're gonna keep playing mystery seat, so
Right.
you guys never know who's gonna have what background.
Right. And which I kind of like it over here, because with me hosting the show, when I'm in that seat, I have to keep going like and looking back and forth between the two of you, but now I can see you both at all times, so this might actually be a better seat.
Yeah.
But, and also,
It
obviously,
is the better seat. I agree.
Yeah.
I think it is.
Matt's missing it already.
Right. Well,
A little bit.
and you've worn this chair out. It's like you sit on that mine and it's all firm and nice, and yours is like
I live here. I use that chair a
That
little
is-
bit more often.
He rips
This
ass
one.
in it
he's
constantly.
constantly shitting his pants in the seat. So yeah, but I did want to say hey to the chat. What's up to everybody in the chat? And I did mention we got a bit of a Beardo raid, I think. So a few of those folks are in here that haven't seen this show, but have probably seen me on Bro Science. And also, we had a super chat before this show. even started. The master shit talker himself. So let's I'll let Matt read this actually, since
I don't know why I'm reading this one specifically to you,
I feel like it's just
but I'll read it on Quagmire's behalf. Well, I sent Beardo 50 to watch heavy metal this weekend. Poor uncultured swine didn't even know it was animated. Now he can agree with me when I troll you. By the way, your heavy metal score is too low.
Yeah. I heard that last night from Quagmire. I heard that the day before that from Quagmire. I mean, he's so persistent at this point. Yeah, maybe we'll have a talk about it on Bro Science, since Beardo's apparently going to be watching it, and I'm curious to see what he rates it as, because we tend to hang around in the same vicinity with things, and so I'm curious to see if he's like, no, it needs to be a 69 because there's so many bits. Like, because that's where I sit with it.
Okay.
Like,
Well, I was about to say, what was your score?
it was a 69.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's an appropriate score for that movie.
Right. There's so many tits. Which, and you've still not seen it, right, Chris?
Yeah. Nope.
So
Yeah.
into the chat.
I did know that it was animated though.
Right, you did know that it was animated?
I
Yeah.
did.
That's honestly my biggest thing with it, is just that over time the animation hasn't like aged as well. I wish that they almost could like do a full remaster of it, or something to kind of flip it up.
I mean, they could, and that has been done with other shows
Right.
where they do reanimate them or remaster them. Because isn't that what they did with all the Studio Ghibli stuff over the
They
last like
have.
decade? They've remastered and revoiced them and things like that.
Right, they have. And yo, we got the Saskas in here. We got Sil Saska. What's up?
Oh,
So yeah, I've been seeing a lot of the Saskas, and if everybody is not familiar with them, definitely go check out the stuff that they're doing for Rippaverse, and the new Blood Ruth comic is coming out, which they have written, which is coming out soon. So
sick. That's
yeah,
awesome.
It's super cool. And actually, speaking of tits, there are tits in the new Blood Ruth.
Oh.
I thought you were going somewhere else. That
Well,
movie.
also speaking of tits, one of theirs almost got showed on our Bro Science stream the other day. So,
Wow.
you know, yeah, it's they're risque ladies. They're the best.
Yeah,
So gotta love
cool.
them. And hello to everyone else in the chat. We got Rabnand up in here, and Eric Stratton per usual, and Emily in here as well. Gary Banjo Sandwich, wondering if he's going to be the only one that's a shill for the new Tron movie, and we will answer that soon enough. And we got Beach Dad, we got Nini in here, we got My Dixie, JJ Happenstance. All you guys are in here. I really appreciate seeing everybody in here, and I know I'm going to miss some names, obviously, and we'll kind of shout you out as we go. See the Smart Review, and a lot of our members of the Crit. Actually, we've changed it officially to the Crit Cult. And if you are a Crit Cult member within our YouTube channel, I've actually added 3 new stickers, which you guys are going to appreciate. I won't spoil it. So anybody that is a sub on the channel, then definitely go and look at those, because I actually did one for the Saskas. Actually, there's 2 that they will appreciate, 2 stickers. So you guys can show those in the chat so they can see them. But yeah, and My Dixie's already sharing them. I wish
already found them.
Right.
Already found them.
That's right.
Quick to the draw.
That's right. So, and I wish we could share them. Like when we share them on here, it just says the words. Which
Yeah,
is
it's
lame.
lame.
They need to find out on SteamYard how to like migrate them over. But it's probably hard because they're images. So like I don't know how you'd pull a.
It's a streaming service.
It is streaming.
They're transmitting images.
That's true.
They just happen to move.
That's true. Yeah, because they are able to pull over like the profile images.
Yeah.
So they should be able to pull over those as well. Yeah.
I
So,
won't
yeah.
pretend to know.
But yeah, we added the Jaws and the Alien. I knew that you guys would appreciate that for sure. So, and I actually think if I remember right, because we were talking about it on Bro Science, I realized that my score was actually for Alien was slightly lower than I wanted it to be.
Oh, yeah?
I did actually raise it a couple points. It's not out of the
Still a rad, right?
It's still a rad. It's
Yeah.
still a rad. But like it was low. I was like, I feel like that's actually a little bit too low.
Your only beef with it was that it was what, relatively slow, and then it rained in a bit, and it rained in one of the rooms.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And there's like my biggest thing is it's just it's slower than I
Yeah.
like. But and Chris sits about where I do I think, with Alien as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
So
I think I was a little bit below you, but yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I'm not alone. Yeah, I did say on the show it was 62. I think I've raised it. Yeah, I did. I moved it to a 67. You're welcome. So
5%. Whoop, whoop.
hey, listen.
We're on our way.
That's right. It's on its way up. But heavy metal, it's staying at a 69. So yeah. But and yes, we've got Jaws hates Blade in the chat. Glad to see you back and saying to raise the score. We'll see, Jaws. We will see how that goes. I don't know about that one. That one I'm pretty hard and fast on. I'm making a name off that at this point.
Right, like bread and butter at this
Yeah,
point. Not our show.
Yeah.
Not Criticless.
Right.
It's your hate for Jaws.
It
your
is.
utter hate for Jaws.
Right, which is funny because it's just a decent. Like it's not. It's not.
It's just
That's a 0% in everybody else's book.
According to everyone else, it absolutely is. So yeah, but I'm glad to please people at least with raising the alien score a little bit. So yeah, but we were kind of trying to decide what to do because we're going to be talking about Tron Ares. We did want to let y'all know our thoughts. Matt and I have gone to see it. Chris was a bitch and has a job and actually
No,
not.
you hobos over here.
I have to go to midday movies.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be nice.
It's a lifestyle choice.
It is.
Okay.
You know.
If I had planned ahead, I would have taken today off.
I mean, we all know that you squirreled away enough to retire already. Like you might as well just go ahead.
yeah, right. If that was the case, sure as shit,
true.
I wouldn't be going to work every day.
That is very
like a
true.
5 a.m. traffic bullshit.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't blame you there. I don't miss it. But yeah, we did go see a midday 2:00 showing of Tron, which was interesting because normally they never do showings that early. I think they actually added that because it wasn't initially there.
Well, it was funny because the room wasn't empty. There was
No.
at least 10 plus other people in there still.
Right. And that was in a Dolby theater as well, which seats like way less people
Yeah.
and is like the premium whatever format, which I will say before we even dig into talking about Tron Legacy, if you are to see it in theaters, highly recommend one of the premium formats. This is a movie that you see in IMAX or Dolby or one of those.
Yeah.
Like this is catered.
I don't know if I'm just getting old, but it did seem really loud.
Oh, it was way too loud.
It's always loud.
Oh, it was louder. Than
No.
Oh yeah.
Like really
They
loud.
cranked
I
it?
know like you're always like, but like this
Yeah.
felt.
Oh, no.
actually-
I literally like leaned over to Matt and was like, Chris's ears would bleed. Like,
That's a true story. We had this
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah.
yeah.
Every time, I feel like we just haven't, or I guess I haven't been into a Dolby in so long. It would probably be startling
Right.
for me too. But
yeah,
y'all
it was
probably
startling
seen
for
it.
us. We,
Yeah.
like because the trailers were a normal volume, and then the movie started. And we were like, "What the fuck?"
Well, no, it was the Dolby intro thing that
Yeah.
they do, where they're like,
Yeah.
Dolby is the darkest colors, and the blackest of blacks. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, there's that. Now, speaking of making your ears bleed, we are going to run one of our bumpers again. We have been having issues with SteamYard making our bumpers too loud, or either something's wrong. We don't know what is wrong exactly. But my thing is the Culture for Boomers one was always like right and never too loud. So if that one's too loud, we got a problem.
Yeah.
So,
So let us know.
yeah, let us know because it's time for Culture for Boomers. So yeah, y'all just let us know in the chats if that made your ears bleed. So we will see how that goes. And oh yeah, sorry guys, I did say Tron Legacy. That was my bad. I meant Tron Ares. I'm gonna keep doing that.
Yeah, I was about to say Tron Legacy, like you were telling me earlier, is one of your favorite movies.
Right.
So you're always gonna be thinking about that first and foremost. I think when we're talking about.
Yeah. And that is some context for this. And I think it's going to be context for a lot of people because a lot of folks really do love the original Tron. There's a lot of folks that love Tron Legacy as well. And those are almost even kind of two separate audiences because people
For sure.
kind of found Tron through Tron Legacy.
Right.
So there's also that, which is interesting with this whole situation because this is not featuring people from Tron Legacy, really. So that's also going to be an interesting thing to see. And I have seen, I see it there in the chat by Maester P that I should actually switch Gary Nerdrotic as our old man, confused old man for
That'd be
the
hilarious.
Culture for Boomers. So I might actually need to do that. And it sounds like the audio was better than last week, but a little it's at least survivable. All right, good to hear. We'll keep tweaking with it. I'm not sure. I still feel like it might be issues with SteamYard, but
Yeah.
I don't know because it used to not be that way. So anyways, on to Culture for Boomers. Those that don't know, we added this segment because everyone started calling me a TikTok kid, and I was fathoms ahead of them with all of culture because I am so cultured, actually, really, you know.
So
in
So
in
cultured.
Z and alpha culture, which is just.
I mean,
makes
you're
me-
down with all the slang.
I am.
You're all 6'7".
I'm
stuff.
6'7".
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw up.
Yeah. For real. You're right. All right, Unc.
Yeah, that's me for sure. Claiming that right now.
You are king of the Unks. You were an uncle when you were like 17.
Younger than that, but yeah.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah, right. We were like 14 when you became an uncle.
Yeah.
So,
My siblings like to fuck.
yeah. Which, yeah, I mean, you got old parents and old siblings. So,
Yeah.
as it goes. But yeah, so we're just going to school you guys on. Yes, Chris is chopped. Actually.
I am
That's a perfect
hella
way to-
chopped.
Perfect way to put it.
Slap chopped. Slap.
Yeah. So, but yeah, with current culture, there's a lot of things going on right now. But have you guys, have y'all been seeing all the stuff happening with Sora AI?
videos?
I mean,
Maybe, but no.
I'm aware of it.
So they released Sora. It's this new AI situation, and basically it's very realistic, very real looking AI videos.
Okay.
And they're really good right out of the jump. And for whatever reason, Jake Paul has become the primary target for basically like deep fake Sora videos.
Huh.
Interesting.
Weird.
And they're pretty fantastic. So
I can't hear.
do we have audio, Matt?
We did earlier.
What happened?
Oh no.
But yeah, so as y'all can see, we have a morbidly obese Jake Paul here, just with some long fingernails, running with some Mickey D's, and he's got a fupa, and it's a whole lot. And I am curious if everybody else in the chat can hear this, because our audio is not working, but that might be on Matt. But anyways, yeah, so basically what's happening with these videos is that so they started with this is one of them. This had 5.4 million views, and I'll mute it. But so this one started things out, or well, not this one started, but what actually started it out was ones that he was putting on makeup and doing makeup tutorials. And so he's actually, I saw a video the other day, he's leaned into it. It was actually his account, and he was talking about how he's going to like get his lawyers and come after people, and in the middle of the video started putting makeup on and stuff. So I'm like, good job, bro. Like, lean into it. Like, don't, which he's the type to not let them get his goat. So it does make sense. But yeah, so there's that happening on the internet. Now,
Sid said there's no audio.
there is no audio? Okay.
So it's your side.
Well, I did mute it just then. Y'all should have it now, potentially. So we'll see. Y'all can let us know if y'all have audio for whatever is happening right now. It's him yelling about his McDonald's stuff. Oh, I know what's happening.
Got fries in the mix and
There
a
we
double
go.
bun. Sprinting out the door like a champion. Sauce in the bag and the game just begun. Can't slow down, I'm in feast mode. Burger in the clutch of my neck. Ooh, thanks, baby.
So, yeah. Hey, that's
mine! Snatch the bag and I'm on the run. Got fries in the mix and a double bun. Sprinting out the door like a champion. Sauce in the bag and the game just begun. Can't slow down, I'm in feast mode. Burger in the clutch of my neck. Ooh, thanks, baby.
Yeah. Hey, that's
mine! Snatch the bag.
If basically now all you have to do is search Jake Paul, and there are so many. So this is the real.
I've had it with the AI stuff. It's affecting my relationships, businesses. People are hitting me up saying, "Yo, did you say this? What did you do this for? This was you. I can't believe you did this." It's really affecting things, and honestly, it's like people need to get a life. So it's kind of pissing me off. I'm going to be suing everybody that is continuing to spread these false narratives of me doing shit that I would literally never ever do. So be ready for lawsuits.
Yeah.
I've had it.
Honestly, got to give him props for leaning into it.
Yeah.
But if you see, there is an absolute just like flood of these videos just everywhere.
Hands in the sequin number, baby. They said the YouTube boy couldn't box, but the record. Hands in the sequin number, baby. They said the YouTube boy couldn't box, but the record says otherwise. I've been putting in the rounds, taking real fights, real wins, and I'm only getting sharper.
It just so many. He's everywhere. There are a gajillion
Today
of these.
we will do the lashes. You're serving drama, we're serving flutter, okay? Strip of glue right along the band.
Jake Paul has found himself at the
So
center of
yeah, there's a
It's ridiculous.
which, and honestly, it's kind of one of those things where it's like that, like there's no bad press kind of scenario where you're like, honestly,
Yeah, for real.
like you're all over the internet.
Yeah.
Who cares? I guess.
And this literally isn't bad press. This isn't because there is some bad press, like, but this is not bad press. This is people making fun, and he's obviously leaning into it, which is the only way to beat this kind of thing is to lean into it, which is what he's doing, which is so smart for his brand.
Right, exactly. So, yeah, I'm curious to see how this progresses, because honestly, we're fucked. Like the whole deep fake, like all this stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And they look so real. There was even one that was fooling people with Jake Paul and his girlfriend in a car, like riding and talking about this whole scenario. And she's like, "Oh, my boyfriend, whatever." And it's like, it looked real.
Yeah.
And it wasn't.
Oh yeah.
It was just another fake.
It's scary.
So yeah, it does. I agree. It does feel on brand for him still. So yeah, I don't feel like he's really got an issue with it. And speaking of rapidly changing technology, I just saw this, so you guys can know what's happening in tech. This is absolutely insane. It's like, I don't know. This is one of those inventions where you're like, we're getting closer. We're getting there to like that Jetson
the jet.
Yeah.
Like
Okay. Yeah.
future.
I can't wait for
This
it.
is Posha, the world's first private robot chef. Let's see if it actually works. Powering it on. Here's the screen. There are hundreds of recipes. Italian, American, Chinese, global, Indian, Mexican, Korean. You can make chicken shawarma with this. Ramen, Jamaican jerk chicken, ice cream, ratatouille. Are you joking? I'm gonna make this marry me chicken. Gives me all the ingredients, all the spices that I'm gonna need, which this came with a bunch of spices. Tells me the ingredient, how much of it that I need, and which container that it goes in. These right here are the containers. Just match the ingredients with the containers. Container A, chicken in there. Container B, heavy cream, chicken stock powder. Container C, onion, minced garlic, butter. Container D,
So
basil.
clearly, I guess it's these separate containers that'll do different phases of the cooking.
Right.
Yeah.
So all of those ingredients go in, and then it just dumps them as needed for these different steps.
Parmesan
I mean, that's
cheese.
cool and all, but
Spices, all you do, you
I
put them
just
right
want
there. Tells me which
self-folding
spices
clothes.
I need. This is the water and the oil pan. Start cooking. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Searing the chicken right now. This is actually crazy.
So we still had to
You
cut
can go
up
do whatever you want,
Yeah,
and it
yeah,
gives
you
you
still
the
have to prep
update on your phone. This is the actual picture of my food. It keeps updating what my food looks like. Just threw the butter and the onion in. It is cooking. Look at
I mean, that's
this.
pretty
I don't
cool.
even need to learn how to cook at this point. Look at that. Even the robot seasons its food. All right, just drop flour, and we're back to cooking. All right, now I drop the cream, dispensing the water. Oh my god. And now it's stirring
It
the
looks like
dish. My
this-
house smells like
this
a
was
restaurant now,
taking like
by
an
the way.
hour.
Just dropped in the
This
Parmesan
looks like
cheese and the basil. Stirring now. Look at this, bro. This looks amazing. Food is now ready. And here we got final results. If anybody walked into my house, they think I'm a chef. They'd be like, dude, what is this dude
Yeah,
cooking? I'm not
right.
cooking nothing.
Yeah.
I don't even know what.
Pretty freaking cool.
yeah, the thing is, you still have to do all the prep work, and
Right.
like they're talking about in the chat, like you still have to do cleanup on it.
Right.
And so at that point, you could just do it yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's not that hard to cook if you're following a recipe, which is all
Right.
that robot is doing.
Right. I mean, Jaja really asked the right question. Like, can it roll a joint? Like, like, can it do that? If not, then it's just not doing the right thing. But yeah, I don't know.
My new wife.
It's not quite there yet. It's not quite there yet, but it's close. It's neat at least. Like, you're kind of like, why didn't they come up with this already? Like,
Because it's not that crazy when you think about it. That's
Right.
where I was like, all I really care about is I want a robot that folds my laundry. And there was something that they released a
really?
long time. It was literally like 8-9 years ago. My wife and I laughed about buying it because we hate laundry that much.
right.
And it was basically like that. It was the size of like a stand-up washing machine on a stand, and it would just like pick up clothes and like put it in and like press it.
Right.
And then nothing ever happened from it. I never heard about it again. And I was like, I want that.
They want us folding our laundry. That is not a luxury they want us to have. Like, that's
Yeah.
a punishment, and they know it. It's to keep us peasants in our place. I'm sure that all the celebrities already had that machine. That's why it disappeared.
Yeah.
They bought it
They
out.
bought it up, used it. Yep.
Exactly. And they're like, no. The peasants can't have these. They need to be miserable.
They just hire peasants to fold it for them.
Right.
They don't need a
That's the
machine.
true sign of being rich. You don't
Right.
have robots do things. You have people
Right.
do things because you can afford to pay the people to do it.
Right. Exactly. So, Life on Marshmallows, great question. That was the last thing that I was going to show. You're wondering about Gollum, and clearly, this is just every man watching. We need to do this to our wives.
What is it got in its nasty pockets? They stole it from us! Wicked tricksy hobbitses!
So scared.
Give it to us! We need it! We want it, the precious!
The dog's keeping it chill.
He strives to serve the master of the precious.
Stop fishing on me. Liam!
Give it to us, you wiggling!
Don't leave
Stupid fat habit!
I love the commitment, man.
Oh, precious. Is this for the precious?
No, fuck off.
That's amazing.
The wig is so good.
It's
Yeah.
great.
That is an excellent wig.
It really is.
Oh, man, that was probably one of the best ones we've had.
Yeah, I mean, it's just dude. Man, he had it spot on. Even the raw and wriggling, like one of the best lines.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
all of it.
Well, just him grabbing the chicken and going for
That
it.
is,
That's another
I'm
level of
instantly
commitment.
The commitment. Yeah, that's a terror from just, it's instinctual, I think.
Right. the video is going to come out and it's like, this guy died from eating raw chicken. And which honestly, they're like these weird like health dudes though that are also just like,
eat all the raw chicken.
Yeah, it's that liver guy.
Yeah, like
Liver King.
Which
I think it's funny because there's a lot of people that like do that, and then all these other people come out and be like, "Don't listen to that person."
Right.
They're just screaming from the rooftops,
right,
to get attention.
Right. And they're gonna end up getting you killed by eating just insane things or doing ridiculous crap. Actually, one more thing. When normally we cover more like comedy stuff on here, typically for this segment, but just so everyone knows what is going on in the world, and I want to have it on the record that we've talked about this man.
Okay.
So there's a guy that I've been following for some time. He has had a TikTok account. He is a younger black dude from, I think he's from the South somewhere, but he has essentially been trying to create and make plastiline.
Oh yeah. I know the guy.
Yeah, I follow him all the time.
Okay, so I don't know if y'all have seen, but so not only was he creating it, but he has now made it to where he can make plastiline for completely free because it's solar powered also.
Didn't he die? Didn't he get killed?
No, there was a rumor he disappeared,
okay.
and then he resurfaced.
Which I'm pretty sure it was him that said, because I follow a couple of these guys. I can't remember if it was him or one of the others. But he actually ended up getting in his car one day and like all of his lug nuts were loose and he like almost died in a car crash. And so he's like, all right, I'm being more careful, whatever. But so he's completely achieved it. He's made the full machine himself that is solar powered. And plastiline is literally just gasoline that is 100% plastic. And so it literally is just using waste. It takes next to no manpower to make. And now he's able to even do it solar powered. And they have tested it actually now at labs, and it is testing at a better quality of gas than you can get from a gas station.
It's probably ethanol free, which is what our engines actually need.
Right, exactly. Yeah, probably. I would assume so because it's plastic.
Yeah.
So,
right.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna show that.
This machine behind me so I can make gasoline for $0 a gallon from plastic waste. Let's go.
This machine is wild, but I'm just really worried that this dude's gonna disappear. I'm glad he's being very public.
He won't. He literally just did this whole PR thing where they actually tried it on a like Scat Pack. Yeah.
A sports car. That was actually
14,000 watts total power output.
So yeah, it basically just crushes up the plastic. And yeah, I hear what you're talking about, Jake. Yeah, I think the whole thing with him is he's trying to be more public so that he doesn't get off, because so many people doing this sort of thing just dies. Like, constantly.
Yeah, and he like disappeared randomly, and everyone was like, they killed him. He's dead. The government's done it. And then he resurfaced, thankfully.
Right. So, I mean, the fact that this works, though, we have so much plastic. Like, there is so much plastic, and we don't really know what to do with it, because landfills just doesn't biodegrade or anything. Like, why not run it through this? And so it goes through this whole process, and it's fairly long, so I'm not going to show the whole thing, but
Last person
it
you've
is
known to have a
absolutely
butterfly.
nuts. Just that he has gotten this to work.
Octane
and
reading.
It gives, like...
What's his tag again? Because everybody should go follow him.
Yeah.
Because I think this is definitely one of those people, like we keep talking about, like what happened to the hydro car that's been created over and over again. They keep getting offed. And he's only surviving because he has a social media presence.
It's Nature Jab. His name is Julian Brown. He's got 2.8 million followers, and he is absolutely the dude to follow. We need to keep this dude on people's radars.
There it is. It's the second row in the middle.
Yeah, I was trying to. I guess this.
Plastiline 23.
So yeah,
2023
he.
Scat Pack right here.
It is in Atlanta where he did this.
She's gonna try to start the show. We got no fuel in this thing.
Hey, buddy. Move back some.
Yeah. Empty.
Move back. It ain't starting up.
Here we go.
Quit trying to start a podcast for that long.
Plastiline.
Okay. I think that's it.
All right, we think that's it. All
right.
All right, it's empty.
Hey, are you scared?
I am.
No, have some faith. You got it.
I got faith.
All right.
I'll start it.
Hit it.
Like this.
Yes, so much volunteering.
To feed this part.
Oh yeah.
Pretty sick.
Yeah, it's not sputtering or anything. That was just raw.
So they ran it. With, I think, yeah, they did like
Nothing better than old Ratchety car show.
But I mean, you talk about like saving us money, saving from the waste, all that crap, like this right here.
The thing is like, well, it would free us if the government came in and said, hey, we want to partner with you. The U.S. government could come to him and say, hey, we're going to partner with you and we're going to be the exclusive of like your technology. Because apparently it's somehow he's the only one who did it.
Yeah.
And we could free ourselves from the Middle East, from South America, from anybody else in the world from oil and solely use our oil and our own plastic.
Yeah. I mean, plastic is still a petroleum product. So
yeah, but we got so much out in excess. Like if we started landfills and stuff, you can't tell me we couldn't at least fund it for a long while.
It would help for sure.
Yeah, somebody mentioned in the chat as well, but there was a guy that I followed a while back that made a car that runs off water, like complete water. So.
Oh, and they have several times.
Right.
There was a guy in the 80s that did it, and he disappeared, and so did his car. And then somebody mentioned in the chat a seawater car.
Right.
There's these alternatives that the government just doesn't want us to know about because they're pure profit.
Yeah, they'll lose all that money. The giant pieces of shit between the government and that's the thing is it's like because it's not like the government doesn't know that people aren't inventing these things and these things aren't happening. So it's like it's not like you can just blame the corporations. Like the government's not trying to stop it. They could bring any of these people under their wing and be like, all right, you're going to do this for the government and we're going to create this and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But like no, they
assuming people agree to do it,
right?
Unless they're forced, and then
Well, because that's the thing is he could start his own private corporation.
Yeah.
And be like, this is my product.
Right.
And so you start with like a gas station.
Right.
And you start selling at a single gas station. And then all of a sudden, before you know it, all these other gas stations, you build up your production, you produce it locally, you source all your plastic, you start reaching out to all these like recycling places, and you start a whole thing.
They don't want anybody to blow up to the level that you would blow up from creating a new way for vehicles and things to run. And
a new source of energy would blow everything out of the water.
Also, though, they've got the whole green grift that they've been trying to freaking shove down our throats for however long. All those things generate next to no fucking energy and cost more than they do to even run 90% of the time. And so it's just like they'd rather waste money on shit like that than actually do something that solves a problem.
Well, that's why I love he was like, I'm going to do a scat pack.
Right.
I'm going to do a high level, I think it was a Challenger, like that runs on like pure like high octane fuel, like and show it that this works.
Right. And yeah, Sid brought up in the chat, but yeah, she did have a patient when she was a nurse that created a battery that recharged itself off of photons, so it like never died.
Yeah.
It's just an infinite battery. And also, like she said, the patent was in the 80s and nothing happened to it.
I mean,
that's what happens
with Tesla and everything. Yeah,
kill it.
Money.
Yeah,
money runs everything.
Complete bullshit. I can't stand it. But
cream.
No, we don't progress as a human race because of greed,
right? Seriously.
And government control. Like that's what it comes down to.
Right. And Life on Marshmallows, you were talking about plastic burning it, having its issues of its own. From what I gather, the off-put from this plastiline is like not any different, and actually is a better output for the environment and stuff than regular gasoline is. So from what I gather, it's not a like super hazardous thing. Now I could see the government trying to paint it out that way, or somebody, so that this doesn't get adapted. But like,
he's been at it so long though, because he's been at it for a couple years. I'm pretty sure he's already gone through the ringer multiple times with people trying to shut him down for things like that. And if you go and watch all of his videos, he goes through his whole process. Like that first video Blaine showed was kind of like the whole thing. But if you go back years, like he's been walking everybody through this for a long time.
Yep, absolutely. So yeah, I figured I'd share it because he's now he is fully like out about this thing after that big event, and it's people are the fact that he's made it to the news and stuff, because most of these other people that we've talked about getting offed typically don't even make it that far. So kudos for him. I hope he keeps doing it. And
yeah, I think this is the power of social media, thankfully.
Right.
Yeah.
So and what up, Mo? I see you in the chat here, homie. How you doing?
Lurking.
Yep, I see you lurking.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So you're talking about, don't know.
Racing fuel.
Carolinians remember they used to sell racing fuel back in the early 2000s. Yeah, I do remember that. It was the only thing available after Katrina, and remember putting it in your Ford. Yep.
I do remember that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd totally forgotten about that. Honestly,
I think there's still some places around that do. They're like, kind of like where you get the marine gas for your boat.
Right.
There's like one-off places.
I need that for my car.
Right. Yeah. Seriously. Yeah. So, but guys, I think it's time. What do y'all say we go spoiler free, get these headsets off of our heads, and talk some Tron? You want to?
Yeah, let's Tron it
And I'm
up.
sure Chris is interested to hear since he
I
was
am.
too busy working like a fool.
Idiot.
So yeah, guys, this is going to be a spoiler free review of Tron Ares, not Legacy. All right, and so on to our chat about Tron Ares. Like I said, this is going to be a spoiler-free discussion, and this was honestly, I think, my second most anticipated film of the year, next to Running Man.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure we're
Yeah.
probably all
That makes sense.
pretty close in that same.
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
This was up there
For
I don't know
sure.
about
This
as much-
for me is
this-
is up there. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not a
You're-
big Tron stan. I've only seen both of the Trons once.
right.
Yeah.
So it's not like, and I barely remember them. As we were talking about after the movie, I was like, I don't remember what happened in Tron 2 at all.
Right.
Or Legacy. So
Right.
Right. Yeah, you couldn't remember any of it. So,
Yeah.
yeah, and we have had several of you guys see it. One of which is Banjo in the chat.
Yeah, up in the chat.
Now, yeah, so Tron Ares, this is a kind of a departure from Tron Legacy. Tron Legacy has an interesting story in general because Tron Legacy was this film that kind of came out of nowhere. It was based off an older brand being that the first Tron came out in the 80s. And so with that movie being as old as it was, and then, it was like 20 some odd 30 years later, whatever, when Tron Legacy came out, it was just kind of like, oh, they were like bringing this brand back, and people thought it was really cool. A lot of people discovered it, but the movie did not do well in the box office. Got great critical praise, and even just general audience praise was very high. Everybody loved it. Soundtrack from Daft Punk, which was like notoriously one of the best soundtracks for any movie ever, and it really jump-started multiple careers. It was just a great movie. It cost a truckload to make, though. So being that it didn't do well in the box office, it kind of hurt its chances with Disney. And now they've let the franchise sit dormant, all but making a roller coaster is all they did.
Yeah.
And that was recent, many years after the last Tron movie, because Tron Legacy came out back in 2010. So
Yeah.
we
Oh,
are
wow.
freaking 15 years
Yeah.
after it. So
That's crazy.
yeah, it's really wild. So now we're here at Tron Ares, and they kind of kept it very under wraps. But we found out that it was going to be a different director, which was concerning considering who we had last time for Tron, which was Joseph Kosinski, who has now become one of the biggest working directors in Hollywood, being the guy that put out F1 and Top Gun Maverick. And he's done, he's done other smaller things, but these are the big films that have kind of put him on the map, and he's continued to blow up. This movie, on the other hand, is directed by someone that I was not familiar with, Joachim Roning, I guess. He weirdly looks kind of like...
Interesting name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm guessing he...
Finnish.
Yeah, I was going to say Norwegian.
Yes. Is it actually like Joachim?
He's
Sorry,
But
Norwegians.
interestingly, it shows that he was attached to one of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. I don't know if he directed this or not. Yes, he did. He assistant directed it. So he was at least attached to that, but not a ton. This guy hasn't done a whole lot. So it's not like this guy's known for visual spectacle, which Tron became known for after Tron Legacy. But now Kosinski is on as an executive producer, which is at least a good sign. Interestingly enough, so is Trent Reznor from the guys that
Marvel.
Nine Inch Nails.
Oh,
He's-
sorry.
Nine Inch Nails.
He is the lead singer of Nine Inch
Yeah.
Nails, so I guess that he's involved with producing this. But the other big thing that had people worried was the fact that this is starring Jared Leto, Greta Lee, Evan Peters, Gillian Anderson, Jodie Turner, and Hassan Minaj. So there are all these people attached to this that are that were not in the last film at all. But if you know anything about Tron Legacy, the big thing is that Garrett Hedlund played Sam Flynn, the son of Kevin Flynn, the creator of the Tron universe, which was played by Jeff Bridges, and Jeff Bridges was back as well. So with him not being in this movie, instantly people got worried. And then we also had Kosinski not directing, and it's also current Disney. So I don't know. Now, Matt and I,
That's the biggest concern, was knowing that this was current Disney.
that is everyone's biggest concern, I think, at this point. And so with all of that being the case, I guess Chris would be the one to ask. Have you heard any buzz about this movie?
None.
So you don't know
Not a
that
thing.
Interwebs are
Nope.
happening.
Are you planning to go see this?
Yeah. Well, I don't know about in theaters, but maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know you're a big Tron guy.
Yeah, I am.
Right.
I do.
Maybe some of that will revolve around what we say here in this conversation as well.
Yeah.
So
We'll see.
Yeah. Now, I can say, and a lot of you have potentially already seen this, a lot of the critics and people got a hold of this early or got to see it in theaters early. It's not doing great. The critics are being pretty tough on it. It is currently at like a 40 or 50 something on Rotten Tomatoes. Now, we know what we know about Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
We know how the critics are. We know even how the Twitter sphere, YouTube sphere, the negative internet just gobbledygook tends to go. And so, and everybody also is in a space right now where so many people just want to see Disney fail. And this isn't even from like any of the political sides. I think everybody now is like, the left became on board with the Jimmy Kimmel stuff, and the right has been talking about, down with, them forever. Then this movie has the things like I see in here where it was mentioned Morbin time. Somebody put that in there, and Tron Morbius. Yeah, so like that's the other thing is the Jared Leto stigma that is also attached.
Yeah.
So everything is kind of playing in favor of, making this movie look bad or negative on this. And so, all of that is not great. And so the critics do, though, tend to shill for Disney really hard. And we know that. And with this having a lower score, it's kind of weird because typically that
they've all turned on him because of Jimmy Kimmel.
Right. Well, the other thing is, now I have a theory here.
Okay.
When the critics shill for Disney the hardest is when Disney is pandering the hardest.
Sure.
Personally, this film, compared to most Disney things of late, is one of the best things I've seen out of Disney in quite some time.
Okay.
And I don't know if you sit there too, Matt.
Yeah, I think so.
Now, we'll get into more about what we actually think about it, but I'll just say we know that Disney has been screwing up a lot of properties. They've been leaning super hard into all the DEI stuff. They've just been shoving a lot of agendas front and forward so that they take priority over the actual quality. One of the big things has just been a lot of dog shit writing, just terrible, terrible stories and stuff. But then also, even on top of all of that, a lot of it, they're just getting the wrong directors, the wrong people on board to where they can't create anything that's really worth watching.
Yeah.
So, with that all being said, I have not settled on a score for this movie yet, but I actually do like Tron Ares. I don't hate it. I think that there is a lot of hyperbolic language about it thus far that I've seen. I've seen people comparing it to the levels of writing in this movie are so bad that it's like Madam Web bullshit.
Well, I was comparing it to Morbius. I'm like, no, Morbius was a dog shit movie.
Yeah. Right. Morbius was not good. And also, even just talking Jared Leto's not bad in this movie, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. He's not bad.
Yeah, he was my biggest concern, honestly, because he can go bad real quick.
Yeah, he's totally fine. And maybe that's because he's playing a computer program.
Sure.
So
it's hard not to be a computer program.
Right.
Oh, what is this that I'm experiencing right now?
Right. Yeah.
I don't know.
But I mean, even just ribbing on him a little bit in all seriousness, I thought his performance as the character was progressing did get better.
Yes.
So yes, and I agree, Phantom Monk, that there is a lot of knee jerking around this film. It is not this is not a bad movie. I've seen plenty of bad movies. I've seen plenty of unentertaining movies. Disney has been putting out endless, just absolute trash. This is not that. All of that being said, there are a lot of Disney-isms happening here. And we'll get into that, but I'll say this. Right now, Criticless scale, this is going to be a rad for me. I don't know where on the rad, but this is going to be a rad. I don't even think it's like a mid movie. I think it's a solid film.
So it's better than Jaws. That's the scale I'm going off of right now. Better than Jaws.
Sometimes I really don't like to use that metric because it really.
I'm sticking with it, man. It's here to stay.
Yeah, that's gonna be what I.
Your word versus your word, I guess.
Yeah, it really is. As I've said elsewhere, is that that is primarily based on an entertainment level scale, and I will say that I had a whole lot more fun watching this than I did watching Jaws.
Okay.
So if that's the best way to judge that,
sure,
I had more fun.
I gotcha.
So Matt, are you kind of where you at?
Dude, yeah, I'm in the same boat. So as I've already mentioned, I don't really remember much about Tron or Tron Legacy. I know kind of the world that this exists in. I know there's like the grid world and this world, and I don't really like Jared Leto.
Right.
And so my big concern going into this movie was Jared Leto. I didn't see the trailer. I saw a bit of the trailer and that was it. I didn't know anything else about it except they were bringing the grid into the real world somehow.
Mm-hmm.
And that's in the trailer. And, we buckled up and I actually think this movie is pretty rad.
Nice.
It's a rad for me too. I might say a upper rad.
Right.
When it all is said and done.
Right. I got to process it a little more because we kind of just seen it.
Yeah.
But I'll say this. The soundtrack fucking slaps,
Yeah.
bro. 9 Inch Nails killed it. Like, I was just the whole time.
I do.
Like, it's a really good soundtrack. It's not as good as Daft Punk, but it's good.
Okay.
It's good. Visuals also, that's the thing, is like, this still is a scenario of style over substance. Tron Legacy is style over substance, but I don't even care.
Yeah.
I mean, they both propose, from what I remember with Legacy anyways, they both pose like interesting, like philosophical questions when it comes to AI
and where we're advancing with and sentient life and all of that.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. And this is more of that. There's even a little bit of Terminator-y vibes here as well. Not with time travel, but just with the concept of them coming into the real world.
Right.
So there's a little bit of that as well. Now, I did see a question in here that I did want to pop up, which was about if this is connected to, it was Life on Marshmallows. I was wanting to know if this is a continuation of Legacy or is it its own thing. This is my biggest beef with the entire film. This movie almost takes a shit. It takes a shit on Legacy.
Nah, I disagree with you.
You don't like Legacy. Well,
no, but it doesn't take a shit on it. It just kind of ignores.
It just pretends like Legacy
two
didn't
different
exist.
things. Shits and ignoring are two different things.
It wildly
It's true.
dismisses. Maybe that's a better way to put it. This movie wildly dismisses Legacy. It almost acts as if that movie never happened.
It doesn't. So I'm guessing it doesn't explain like hand wave away. There's a hand wave.
It's
Okay.
just early in the movie, they were
the
just
first
like
5 seconds.
They were just like everybody from the previous movie is on doing something else now in their lives, and which isn't a spoiler. It's literally the first 5 seconds or 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Right.
And then it's like, and here's our whole new cast that we're going to explain to you.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. It's literally like opening couple lines is like, oh, and by the way, Sam Flynn rode away with his girlfriend on a motorcycle and we're never seen again. And all these people took over the fucking company. And I was just like, the fuck?
That is how apparently the other movie ended. So
It's not though. It just cuts to him riding away on a motorcycle. That's it. It doesn't elaborate anymore.
AI girlfriend, they pulled out of the
Not illegal.
She's got
not documented, so she's
got PDFs, man. She's a computer.
Right.
That's my dad joke for the day.
That's right. Good. Yeah. I felt it to be wildly dismissive. I will say, well, okay, we said this is spoiler free, so I don't want to spoil anything. There's one other slight mention of it, but this is my biggest beef with the whole movie is simply the way that it just kind of pushes aside the Legacy movie and those characters.
And they could have wrote that better. And even in the beginning, they could have wrote that into the beginning to exclude him and have made a little more of an impact.
Even had him on screen for a little bit, or like showed some news footage of him talking and like I don't know, something better than this.
I think that what they should have done was just some news footage of him being like, "Hey, I'm stepping away from this right now."
Right.
And that's literally all they would have had to have shown. They wouldn't have to have done much else. And that probably would have like fixed your problem with the whole movie.
It very well could have. Now, and I will say, so I mentioned the Disneyisms. The problem with that, and this is where you're going to hear a lot of people complaining online, this is going to be the thing, is like you can go ahead and get out your DEI checkbox book and you can check every diversity and make sure to check the white man bad box.
Except for the alphabet one.
Yeah, except for the alphabet one. Yeah, where there's no there's no sexual identity stuff in this movie, but it's like, okay, yep, we got the Asian chick, she's now the lead, and we've got her assistant that is the Middle Eastern guy.
Dude.
Yeah,
Hispanic.
Well, the Hispanic or whatever he is, German, Hispanic, something I don't even know. But then she has a Middle Eastern dude that's running the company underneath her.
He's the tech officer.
The tech officer.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then we've got like the right.
Come on, guys.
So, I'm just saying these are things
accurate. Okay.
It wasn't like I was like, oh god, this is the worst thing ever. But it's just gotten to the point where it's obvious.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things, like as we talked about, I'm not bothered by that in any way as long as it doesn't affect the story, which it did not affect the story in any way. They weren't like, oh, you're this race, so it affects it.
Right.
I mean,
they do call the fact that she's an Asian.
They do say Asian a lot in the first 20 minutes of the movie. They were like, look at the new Asian CEO of the company. Yep. She's Asian.
It's funny. Asian. I feel like it gets to a point to where they're like they've swung back around the other side, and now it's offensive. It's like,
oh yeah, no,
what are we doing here?
It is absolutely.
Like, why are you drawing so much attention?
It's a bit egregious because nobody else they were like, oh, it's an Indian tech guy.
Yeah,
they weren't like that. It was, but specifically because they were running like news articles, and the news articles kept saying Asian, and I was just like, this is the first 5 minutes of the movie. Why are we keep talking about an Asian?
Right.
We obviously can tell she's Asian. Like it's not like some hidden secret here.
Right.
I don't get it.
It's Disney going to Disney. Disney going to Disney. So most of the problems with this film have to do with the script, and they have to do with just
Asian.
Just the Disneyisms and the script are the biggest problems with this movie. But I actually like the story fairly well. There are going to be people that bash it, say it's crap, whatever. It worked for me.
And
there's some bad writing.
Yeah.
Like we didn't talk about like there's some scenes where it is just like they think that everyone watching this movie is a complete total fucking idiot. Like they're like they show DNA strands and they're like, oh my god, that's a double helix. And he's like, that is a double helix.
It's almost like they're like, oh, our education system's completely failed, and we need to tell people what a double helix is.
And then they like look at the camera and they're like, and that's DNA. And you're like, fuck me.
Sounds like Dora the Explorer happened just in the middle of the movie.
Yeah. Like there are several scenes in this film that are like that do hurt the film. But they do kind of seem to iron out. But my thing is the big thing that Matt and I were talking about, and he can kind of talk more on this, is that like this is, even though it's not the summer, this is a summer blockbuster. Like this is a balls to the walls action movie that looks fantastic, that sounds fantastic, that once the action gets rolling, it's going and it doesn't really stop. And they are giving you eye candy and fights and chase scenes and just cool Tron shit, and it looks really good. I did not notice any bad CGI. The CGI is really damn good. Like, looks like it belongs there good.
Yeah.
All of that stuff really freaking worked. So.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. This is one of those movies where if you just want to go and like eat popcorn and have fun at the movie, you don't have to watch the previous movies to understand what's going on. And there's a lot of fun action stuff. They do several cool things where you're just like, this is cool. And I mean, I personally hope this movie does well. I know that like we were talking about like the people are hating on it, Nerdrotic and Critical Drinker and some of the other critics are like hating on it. But I'm like, this is a fun movie. Right. I don't know what to tell y'all.
Quagmire's pointing that as well. Drinker and his guys. Listen, I'll say this. I regularly am an outlier in this community in my opinions on a lot of this stuff. Honestly, all of us kind of are. We don't tend to toe the line with a lot of this stuff as far as the hypercriticalness. We are fine with, your popcorn general audience enjoying types of movies. Well, like these guys, they're going to be ripping shit to shreds and they're going to say it's the worst writing ever. They're going to be extremely hyperbolic. What you got to understand is that a lot of these guys also have built a brand off of these knee-jerk type reactions. Like, and I mean, I'm friends with all these guys, but like, I also will regularly be like, I think y'all are fucking wrong. Like, I don't agree with you. This is dumb. Like, you're being exaggerative. Like, you're making this out to be way worse than it is. And the problem is that regular people are going to go into this and see it and be like, I had a fucking good time.
Dude, if in the chat, literally 2 different people have said that they've canceled their tickets for this weekend to see this.
Yeah.
Because they said it's shit on legacy, which you just said, and I wildly disagree.
Yes.
And I'm just like, y'all should still go see this. It is still a fun Tron movie. They still do fucking cool things in this movie.
It is a good action film.
Yeah.
Like, it really is. And it does, the action and the visuals do service to Tron Legacy, which was going to be hard to do.
Oh, I mean, don't get me wrong. From what I remember from Tron Legacy, it was a better film. I'll like I said, I'm not a big Tron guy.
Right.
It's all Tron Legacy wants. But I definitely think Tron Legacy was the better film. But this movie still does some really cool things.
Right. And I guess, Xavier, like you were saying, like, define regular. What I mean by regular viewer is your everyday person, not somebody that is perpetually online, not somebody that is really deep into the YouTube sphere, that is constantly watching and reading the negative news stories and the bad press from actors and directors, and the just constantly in this cycle of like hearing people commentate on things before they actually see them. And I have even noticed that to some degree, I have to step away, even though I'm in this community with all of these people. I have to step away from that and not listen to them as much, because it will influence you. And so, all right, is Quagmire throwing more shade here? All right. What's going on, Quagmire? All right.
I got you. Quagmire, I love you, dude.
Yeah.
This is hilarious. All right, just finished driving, so I couldn't talk back earlier.
Uh-huh.
You do realize a 69% is a D.
Mm-hmm.
And heavy metal is not a D rank.
See,
it's a B plus at least.
All right.
Change it.
So Quagmire, that is where you're wrong, and that is why we created Criticless the way that we created it, and why the scale looks the way it is because you are operating on an outdated scale, sir. You are still in grade school. And we are on a whole other level, brother.
Bro,
you're in a whole other world. So you just need to get with the times here and realize that a 69, that's a
fun position.
That is an excellent fun position, and that's like right in the middle of B. Like if you're thinking grade scale, because that's a rad, that's a B. Because a 50 is a decent, and that's where people really struggle with our scale, and they're not used to it yet. Like 50 sounds bad, but it's like no. It's called a decent.
Yeah,
I think it's decent. Or like with heavy metal, it's rad. That's a rad ass movie. That's a good score. So that's what I think. So we'll see. But I'm glad that you got to finish your driving and you're getting some chill time.
See, with our score, in my mind, how it works, because I always hated our education system scales. Like I hated that, like, well, it was like a 50, it was like or 60 was a fail. I mean, I get it. Like you didn't get half the questions, but it didn't make sense to me. Like numerically or whatever. And so that's when I think of our scale, I actually more focus on the words first. I'll be like, was this movie good? Yes. How good? Okay, it was a rad. And then I look at the rad in a microcosm where I'm like, okay, was it bad rad? Like, or was it a high or good rad? And I don't know. That's just how I think about it. To break out of that school grading system.
You do have to get into our system of using Criticless to like change the way that you think about it. And I think it honestly started making people rate things more fairly when you're looking at it through that lens, because it's not so focused on that old grade school scale. Our brains have just gotten programmed to be like, this is how it operates, and a 50 is bad or a 60 is no, the fuck it's not. It's actually pretty solid. Like if that was a percentage of people, that'd be a fair percentage of people that like a thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how we sit with it. It's not the same. It's a different world. So, that's how it is. But yeah, this movie, Tron Ares, like we said, it's going to be spoiler free. So I don't want to get too deep into it. But from us, we both are fairly happy with it. I'm going to get some crap probably from people for liking this, and I really don't care. I mean, I still get crap from liking other movies that I've liked that are these, just big dumb blockbusters. Like, and I mean, they tiptoe right around some girl bossiness for sure. But it doesn't reach a point of unrealistic where the lead character Eve, she could have been like, she fails. She doesn't do everything perfectly.
Yeah.
So it can work.
She also supports.
Right.
She isn't the character that steps up and like solves the full problem. She uses her brain, which is why she's probably the CEO of the company.
Right.
But not like her physical attributes, which because they easily could have gone the girl boss route and they did not.
Right.
So I appreciated that. And there were several times where I thought they were going to do something and they didn't. And they went with how it should have been based on logic.
Right.
So I appreciate the things that they did do right. My beef with the movie was that like the first half of the movie was all red and black. And I was like, I don't really like red as a color. And it was like there's a lot of much freaking red and black. And I was like, good.
It is
God.
because like the last Tron movie, Legacy, was all based around the blue. And so it was very almost like calming, and there's like blues and purples and whites and these calming colors. This one is like red and black. This is metal as fuck. And like that is like this program that Ares comes from is all red and black. And so, but I will say there's an action sequence where we get, and that's the thing, we get new Tron tech that's fucking cool, like really cool new stuff. There's a chase scene in the red and black Tron world, and it's cool. It's a really cool scene.
That is a cool scene.
Yeah. And Leto was way better than I expected. So I'm glad that I had a better time. And who knows? Maybe I went in with super low expectations because everybody was like bashing it online. And I was like, yeah.
Oh yeah, because you're already setting the groundwork. I think earlier today or yesterday, and you were like, I could read your text. This is how I read it. I was like, oh man, people are already talking bad about this movie. And I was just like, well, I'm gonna go in with my whole lot of I don't know anything about Tron because I can't remember jack shit. But I did want to say, smart review. I hope you do go see it, and I would love to like talk about it in Criticless.
Yeah.
If you hate it, love it, whatever. Like I can't wait to like see your thoughts on it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If y'all see it this weekend, make sure to go review it, because that's the thing, is that Criticless is starting to become a reference point in the community, and the more reviews that we have for these films, that's the thing, is if everybody's in this negative cycle, but you were like considering seeing it, I challenge people to see it. If you have a bad time, that sucks. Like, I'm sorry, but like if the reviews get in for things like when Superman was being reviewed, everybody was seeing it, and we had hundreds and hundreds of reviews, all the other people, these YouTubers and different folks, are able to use this as a metric when we have more people reviewing it. So the more of you that see things and review things, it helps the platform, and it helps us to become a metric so that they can reference us instead of referencing fucking Rotten Tomatoes. Like, and that's what we want. We want them referencing us. So right now, we do already have 4 reviewers. There might be more. I'm going to refresh. We do have. So Rhombus gave it a 44. We've got Banjo giving it a 64. We've got Danky giving it a 5. I haven't seen Danky around in a while.
Danky or this other person. I've never heard of them.
And then Weapon X Critics, I haven't seen him before, gave it a 5%. And Crisco gave it a 55. So we have some regulars in here. Yeah. And Crisco did this a day ago. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to be a douche and give these guys a down vote. But
doesn't make you a douche.
Right. I know it doesn't. Well, I've stopped giving as many downvotes just because.
Coward.
I know. But I find it interesting. Like Rhombus said this was boring. I did not find this boring in the slightest. I actually think that this is a pretty exciting, like fun movie.
Apparently I might be into boring movies because I watched The Longest Walk and I was like riveted. I was like fucking glued to it. And I started reading reviews and people were like, this movie is boring. Fell asleep. And I was like, this is 100%. Fuck me. Like this movie's awesome.
Right.
Like I was like, this is a crazy like movie. And I mean, I don't care how people feel about Stephen King or Mark Hamill.
Right.
But like I take a movie as it is and I was just like
super good.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I mean, we'll see what shakes out. I hope everybody sees it, gets the reviews in, but I enjoyed this movie, and so
same.
I mean, I definitely didn't hate it, and I think that it's already getting too much hate. We've got a 5 from Quagmire.
He's keeping us afloat, apparently.
I'm telling you, man, he's keeping this boat above water. We got Quagmire in here. You want to read it, Matt?
Yeah. All right. Then you still have 31 more points that you can give Heavy Metal and more. Okay.
All right.
I'm done trolling. Maybe I will watch Tuition because I love Tron.
Interesting. All right. Yeah. Well, good. I'm glad I've at least explained myself a little better. So it's believe me, Heavy Metal is not bad. I mean, anything with that many boobs can't be bad.
Dude, it's so funny because I have such a hard time like grading movies, and it's just it's the same shit. This is what made me think about. It's the same shit you're giving for Jaws. Like, I don't think Jaws is honestly. I'm like in the same boat. I'll probably give it like a low rad, but it's one of those movies that's been blown up proportion. I just watched Friday the 13th earlier today, and I was like, it's decent.
Right.
Like, I don't know what to tell y'all. Like, I was like bored during Friday the 13th.
Okay. Yeah. Like the OG.
Yeah, the OG, like the original movie, because I can't remember the last time I watched it.
Yeah,
and I was just like, this is okay. I don't know. I'm gonna review it tomorrow, and I'll probably get a lot of shit for it because I don't know.
These older films that people are super nostalgic about, man, it is like I've said, it's like, kicking the golden cow. Like People just really don't like for you to crap on these old school films that they love. Now, I'm not like that about a whole lot. You talk shit about Goonies, I'm probably going to come after you.
There it is. There's Blaine's golden goose.
There is a golden goose. Like that is one. Goonies is one. I honestly can't think of a whole lot of others like that are like childhood. Like I'm just like, this is live or die. You're not allowed to hate this. Like there's not many, but there is a weird audience of people that hate
The Fifth
Goonies.
Element.
The Fifth Element.
That's why I Miss Good Movies got so much hate for his like decent, because that is a fantastic movie. And I think he rated it as a decent, got like almost the most downvotes.
Oh yeah,
single review.
It was until I came around.
Yeah, you helped fix that with Jaws.
Also, JB Spooky review. We're not friends anymore. You're not allowed to say just kick him. But no, yeah, Monster Squad is awesome. They are very similar movies. I hope that we end up doing Monster Squad on Monday Hangover in the next week or two, and I hope that it's not the week after or not this following episode because I might not be there. So they better not do Monster Squad without me because that movie's great and it is very Goonies, but it's not better than Goonies. No way. So. Anyways, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Unless there was anything else you were going to touch on with this, dude.
Nope, I got my rant about the write-in, and okay, the one last thing we did talk about was I did feel like there was less of an emotional I had less emotions towards the movie the first half of it.
Yeah,
it just felt like flat.
Right.
But
yeah,
there was a turning point in the second half of the movie where I felt becoming emotionally invested in the characters.
Right.
I don't want to spoil anything, so I won't say anything beyond that. But that does kind of affect my review. And one of the reasons is not a most excellent for me.
Right. It's just that first.
Yeah, and I could tell they were trying to make us emotionally attached.
Right.
And I just, it didn't click for me.
So this is another character of a female lead that is not a character that I necessarily like a whole lot. And Hollywood seems to have gotten really good at writing unlikable women.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why that is because I mean we're literally talking about Resident Evil today. Yeah. There were plenty of back in the 2000s and stuff before this era of PC culture and all the DEI crap. There were all kinds of diverse movies, lots of movies with female leads, and they were fucking good. I remember watching Xena Warrior Princess and thinking it was freaking awesome.
Hell
I didn't
yeah.
think she was a girl boss.
Right.
It just that shit didn't go through our heads, and now they've made everything fucking bad.
And now everything is girl boss.
Right.
It's a strong female lead
has to be lacking emotion.
Must be a girl boss.
Right, exactly. Is overly serious, is overly smart, is overly capable, all these things. And you're just like, this isn't a character. This is just a fucking, this isn't real. This doesn't feel like anything I can attach to. And so there is a bit of that happening in this movie. And I'll say, though, Evan Peters as the villain, I actually liked. And I thought that his arc and how they did this character, it could have been a lot worse. And I thought he was really good. And I love Evan Peters.
Yeah.
So I thought he was a good villain.
I dug him. He works.
Yeah, I thought he did a good job. I mean, he's this bad tech CEO guy, but it's that fits in the Tron universe. That works. So all that worked for me. So yeah, but I think, guys, we are going to go and you guys get to see the Humpy Ladies again because we are back to doing more review, except for this time it's going to be Resident Evil. So here we go. But yeah, so that is our Tron. I almost said Legacy again. That is our Tron Ares chat. As y'all heard Matt and I say, we say, hey, go give it a shot, see what you think, and hopefully you don't hate our guts for enjoying it. And one thing that I can always count on is at some point Troy is going to pop in here and remind me to tell all of you guys to share, subscribe, comment, which y'all are already commenting.
Right.
Do all the things because it does help us out a lot. Make sure you are subscribed if you're not already because this channel is growing. We're taking off. We're going places, people. And
the sky's the limit, motherfuckers.
That's right. And no, I am excited. There's a lot happening. You guys are going to hear a lot more from the Fellowship community over the next week. So kind of been teasing. There's good things happening in this community, a lot of neat things. So I am I'm excited for the future and where things are headed. And as this channel grows and more people find out about us specifically and Criticless, it is great things. So all that is awesome news. But we are going to talk about Resident Evil now.
Let's do it.
Yeah, this movie, man. This is nostalgia right here for me, and I think probably for you guys as well.
100%.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm more nostalgic for the second one.
Really?
And Xena is the same boat where we constantly kind of get them meshed together and mixed up.
Right.
Same.
And so I'm just gonna go ahead and start off the party. I think I like the second one more.
Okay.
It's just more fun to me, and I'm not a big game player. I've never really played Resident Evils.
Right.
I watched my roommate play the ever-loving shit out of 5.
Okay.
But I've barely played any of the Resident Evils, so I don't have that comparison. But when it comes to the movies, 2 was the more fun movie for me. 1 I did really enjoy.
Is 2 Apocalypse?
No, it's literally just Resident Evil 2, I think.
Are you sure?
I thought Apocalypse was 3. I thought
2004 was when Apocalypse came out. So unless they did 1 a year, that would have been 2 years later. I don't think
maybe it was
one that fast.
I don't know.
I can't remember it having a name like that.
And also,
I don't remember it having a name either.
Yeah.
Also, they were building up towards Nemesis in this movie. So that would make sense because Apocalypse is
Yeah, that would
about
make sense. I'm
Nemesis.
Googling it.
So I'll let you Google it for us. But yeah. So with this movie,
It is Apocalypse.
Okay, Apocalypse is the second one. Okay.
But literally they call it Resident Evil 2 Apocalypse.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, on Criticless at least, it does just say Apocalypse is all it says.
Mhm.
So I don't know if they rebranded or what. I thought about bringing it in and I didn't, but I actually own like this whole series in like a collection or whatever.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Like I have these on DVD, not even Blu-ray. I have them on DVD from back in the day.
Wow.
I loved these. So they are a special place in my heart, but also I did not play these games. So it's kind of one of those things where I totally get people that throw shade that played the games. We've all been there with different franchises.
Yep.
Sure.
I mean, done that.
100%.
I don't know of a video
Borderlands?
game. Do what?
Borderlands?
Boy, I was literally, you went there before I did.
It's
Borderlands is probably the worst adaptation for a video game.
The literal worst.
Okay, well, there's also Doom.
No,
people love Doom. I know a lot of people.
The movie is fucking awesome.
Oh my, that is
when they go
dude
to
butt
first
cheeks.
person.
Get out. Oh.
Dude, are you killing Carl Urban and The Rock? Are you kidding me? It's fantastic. It is a variation of it, which is how you have to view this. Also, if you love the games.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, y'all killing
No,
this
dude, I remember being so freaking excited for that Doom movie.
Same.
I think
we watched it. Me, you, and Gazak.
Yep, the three of us went and saw it in theaters together. We were like, "Let's freaking get it! It's gonna be filmed in first person. This movie's gonna be sick." And then we were like, "This sucks."
There was one of us who liked it a lot.
There was,
and it wasn't either one of us.
No, it was not. It was not. Yeah, and I'm surprised he's not in the chat. He was very excited about Tron coming out, and we had even talked about him coming into town, but it's just stuff's been so busy we weren't able to work it out. He was wanting to watch all the films together.
Oh, heck yeah.
See this one and review it, but it just couldn't swing it.
Yeah.
Just because stuff's been so crazy. But we do also have a super from the old Couch Tater.
Couch
What's
Tater,
up, brother?
killing it, dude.
So
Zane,
you want to read this?
Yeah, man. Sup, Zane? I guess you're.
That's
is that
my.
you? Is
So
that you?
Zane, for those that don't know, that is my alternate identity. It is who I become when I play video games. I do get rather violent and turn into an evil version of myself. Pretty sure I called someone a dirty whore playing games last night.
Nice.
So they all, because I'm normally the calm, chill guy. I was like, "You whore!" And of course, Sid's like downstairs, just like screaming at me, like, "Please shut up!"
The kids are trying to sleep.
Right.
And they're like, "Dad, stop! Who's the whore?"
Raping obscenities.
it's a good thing the neighbors are far away.
Right. I'll let you finish this, and then I do have a story to tell. So
Okay, cool. Hey, Zane. I have a Jaws at 50% level bad take. I'll share here. Actually worse. I like the Mila Jovovich Resident Evil movies more than the Resident Evil games. Low-key hate the games. But outside of the extinction, I love the movies.
Oh, snap.
Spicy.
All right. I hear you. No, hey, dude, own it. Sit on it. Stick with it. Tell everybody to shove it right up their bungholes. That's what I do. And that's how you got to roll, man. That's how you just got to roll with it that way. So yeah, but fun story here. So me being on live streams at night and having sometimes it's when the kids are in bed, sometimes it's not. I was doing a live stream for Monday Hangover, and I was talking. We were forced, thanks to freaking Meek, we were forced to review Old Yeller.
Oh God!
Yeah, we had to watch and review Old Yeller. Well, I was talking about the mom in Old Yeller because she basically, it's like a Wild West type story. She was just letting all these
I'm familiar.
yeah, she was letting all these dudes like just come into the house and like cooking them supper.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
So I was making fun of her, and I was like, I made some comment where I was like, I can't remember if I said I don't think I said I'm a slut, but I said something similar, and I hate my kids. Well,
Nice.
my son was downstairs, and he was like, I got a message on my phone, and she's like, Clark said you're up there talking about how much you hate them.
Oh no. Poor guy.
I was like, I didn't say I hate them. It was like, he said you hate your kids. And I was like, I did say that. It was in first person. I was being someone else, like from a whole thing. And it was
It's called acting.
Yeah, I was acting. And so, yeah, that was not a great,
Oh,
not a
no.
good moment. As it goes. So, yeah, it's I have to regularly, like, I'm going to record. I don't hate you.
Anything you hear from that room is probably not real unless it's my jaw score.
Right, exactly. So, yeah, that was great. Also, I did want to pop up a member message for 2 months from Jake Stanley. Said, thank you everyone that hit 17 jaws and let me know we were done with Tron. I appreciate it.
Our chat was boss.
Yeah.
Like 3 different people, including Sid, dropped 17 jaws for Jake.
Exactly. So, yeah, thanks, guys, for helping Jake out and letting him know where we were with the review. So back to Resident Evil. Off the rails here. Sorry, guys, had to do story time. So I am going to pull up this movie here. So not Tron Ares. That is not the movie. Clearly, I have no idea what is happening, which is pretty common. All right, so there we go. Resident Evil. Now, we've got this on Criticless. Several of y'all dropped in your reviews. We have 25 voters right now. Let's see. I'm going to refresh just to make sure. So we got 25. It is sitting at 65 or 24. Sorry, I saw the 5. I was transposing numbers. Yeah. So anyways, 65%. 24 people. We will get to y'all's reviews in a bit. My friends with benefits score from only 2 people currently is a 57.
It's pretty questionable.
That is questionable.
Who are your friends?
Who are these friends? I Miss Good Movies. He reviewed it, gave it a 67.
All right.
Caveat, of course.
Cave titties.
Leave it to cave titties. Grumpy old man coming in here, dropping a 47. Just kidding, bud. But
also, I don't think I've seen him. Is he not?
Yeah, he's not in the chat today.
Yeah.
He must be working hard.
So, yeah, so we will get into our personal scores here in just a second. But yes, so just to know, we are at that age. We are definitely the millennial types that are that this movie hits close to home.
Yeah.
So, Matt, did you see something you were going to point out?
Oh, sorry. Just Xavier Pierce said he's Guy Hound, and it just clicked for me.
Right. Realize who that is. In the app.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, but this movie is super nostalgic for me. I own them, loved them back in the day. Watched it for the first time in probably 15 years at least.
Yeah. At
At
least.
least. So that was interesting. But I want to hear from you guys. I've been sucking all the air out of the room. Chris, why don't you go ahead?
Sure.
And let us know how this experience.
Okay. I think I was predicting where you were going to go with that sentence.
Okay.
Where you didn't like it now as much as you did when you were younger.
Maybe.
I'm guessing.
Maybe.
I'm making assumptions here. I'm actually the opposite.
Ooh.
I actually liked it more now watching it this time than I did because I wasn't like a huge fan of. I played the games and I've watched the movies, but I wasn't a huge fan of either that much, really.
Really?
Yeah.
Back
then. Yeah. And I mean, the games were, they were fun, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't understand people's complaints with super fans of the games with the movies. I'm kind of like...
They're just very different. I think the complaint... So I brought this up in Bro Science yesterday with Sylv Saska and Beardo, because they're both big fans of the games. And they both were basically like, look, like, some of this sticks to the story, but they totally made up this character. Like, they just didn't need to do this. She actually could have played another mainline character that's actually canon.
Sure.
They didn't really need to make up these components of the story. They could have just stuck to it. And so that seems to be a lot of the complaint around it. And I think that they deviated more and more the longer down the road this went.
Right.
And so that's kind of the biggest complaint, at least with this film specifically.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it was just that they reinvented the wheel when they didn't need to.
Sure.
Is the complaint.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. But no, I enjoyed it. I think, I mean, aside from the obvious things that everybody knows that I dislike, and this movie is pretty grotesque with it at some point.
Because of the era, I will say. You don't think?
I mean, it's after Matrix.
right?
Yeah, it was after the Matrix, but still, I think they blew a lot of their budget elsewhere.
Yeah. Also, after Idle Hands.
Right.
Like, fucking, that.
Idle Hands was practical, though.
There was a lot of practical.
Do that.
Actually, I will say, so funny enough, with me being a big fan of these from back in the day, they did use a combination of CG and practical in this movie. I remember watching some of the
They did.
like with the dogs, for example.
Right.
Like the dogs looked really cool, but then they would switch over into CG and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the problem. It's like it's obvious when the CGI kicks in.
Yeah.
Right.
It's real obvious. But all that said, I mean, I'm still going to give this, I'd probably do low 70s. Like say 71.
Nice.
Yeah.
So pretty high then. You're still in the rad. You're definitely in there.
Yeah.
So you had a good time with it. Still liked it a lot.
Yeah. And like I said, I actually enjoyed it watching it now more than I did when I was younger. So, yeah.
Okay. Nice. And Jaja says, also after the Phantom Menace.
Good point, Jaja. Good point.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's well made.
Yep.
It is.
So yeah, this one, it does. It's one of the things that I put in my review is that this time period of filmmaking really stands out when you look at it transposed to stuff that even came before and after. There were certain things. There was an edgelord quality to filmmaking during this time.
Yeah.
That just so we recently we reviewed Man on Fire.
Yeah.
I got some like Man on Fire techniques happening in this a little bit.
Sure,
the quick cuts, the like grainy aspect stuff, the like intentional like we're hardcore. Like the thing. We were extreme back in the 2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like the whole like wife beater, spiky bleached hair.
Yeah.
Vin Diesel was a god at the time.
Right.
Yeah. Those kind of things. So.
Well, yeah, I think it was also just some like ways to cut corners too, because like the scene somebody mentioned it where the dogs and she dispatches them, like it shows her, and then you're talking about like what you're talking about, like the angle and all that was very like, oh, we're gonna be able to cut a corner here and not have to show anything,
right?
But imply,
right? Yeah,
in the most early 2000s way possible.
Right. And I think there were times in this for sure where they did a good job with the practicals and I'm like, oh, I appreciate that. And then there were other times where I was like, what the fuck did you do?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely that. But I'm glad it was able to still at least hold your you like it and whatnot. So.
Yeah. No.
Well, I know what Matt's pulling up.
No.
Jake only wants us to watch Guns Akimbo. Really funny. I
knew exactly what you were gonna do.
If you search if you search Criticless Cast on podcast land, we actually migrated over an old show that we used to do called Critically Aroused back in the day. We migrated all of those episodes over to the Criticless Cast podcast. So there is actually a review of Guns Akimbo with the three of us. We saw it on release weekend.
Sure did.
And watched it. And Chris not.
Yeah, I can't even remember what my score was.
Lane and I were like, this is fun. This is great. We had a good time. And Chris was like, I hate this movie. Everything I've got in me.
Yeah,
so,
I don't want to watch it again.
So Matt, with Resident Evil, where do you sit now with it?
It's rad. Yeah, it's definitely fun. It's kind of one of those movies where they don't make them like they used to. Kind of like you were talking about. Like, this is a 2000s, like, Mashimo, like, kind of movie where it's just, it has its problems. Right. CGI is dog shit. Very obvious. But they were also trying to do something different that they couldn't really mimic, which is probably why the CGI was so rough in certain parts.
I would have loved to see the dude that got cut into cubes done in practical effects.
Hell yeah.
Practical little cubes.
Really cut a person up and like, let it fall down. Really practical.
Yeah. Well, it's like what they did in The Cube, right? With Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah.
Or was that? I always get that name mixed up.
There's two movies.
Yeah.
Similar named.
I almost called it.
Not that one.
I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah, because there was also Sphere was around the same time.
Yeah. Escape room cubes, and they have to go to different rooms, and one person does get.
I always get that mixed up.
Help us out.
That's a childhood memory.
Me too. I saw it on Sci-Fi.
Yeah.
I remember it was like
I watched it
late
recently, and I wasn't that crazy about it though. It was the first time I'd ever seen it.
Oh, okay.
It's aged. I mean,
yeah, well, sure. But like in middle school or high school, whatever it was, watching on Sci-Fi Channel, I wasn't supposed to be watching TV late at night. I was like, what's this?
Yeah.
I think all of us back in the day would see those movies. The only thing is now you see them as The Cell.
The Cell. That's right.
That's it. And I watched The Cell not long ago.
The Cube, The Cell.
Yeah.
But we all saw these movies. What's funny is we saw them on cable TV, and we didn't realize how much was cut out of a lot of these movies.
Oh yeah.
And then you go and see them as an adult, and you're like, holy shit.
Yeah. They cut like half an hour just to be able to get it on TV.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's my relationship with like the first 2 Resident Evil movies.
Right.
I think I talked about this last week or the week before, but I was like fucking glued to Spike TV back in like high school. And this was one of the movies that would like, pop up
Spike
on there
all the time.
And so that was my relationship. I saw the first 2 on Spike, and then I think I saw the 3rd one at like my college theater, and then the 4th one my current wife and I like went and saw in theaters, and we were like, this is a dog shit.
Wife.
What's
Only wife.
what plans?
Hold on, Matt.
Some flags got flown up real quick.
Dig into this.
Current
We've known
wife.
you for a long time, Matt.
Current
What
wife.
have you had?
Once upon a time, there's another side of me.
What do you have
When I was
planned?
8 years old and married.
High school brides and all that stuff. Not a big deal.
What in the?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But when we were dating, we went and saw the 4th movie, I think it was, or not the last movie, but this is the 4th or 5th, whatever.
Right.
And we were just like, this is a terrible movie. They rehashed a lot of the 3rd movie, and like, I don't know. Then I never saw a 5th movie.
Right.
So this is actually probably the first time I've watched one of these movies, not like on TV or like in the theater.
Right.
Yeah, and it's rad.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're still a rat.
Circling back to my score.
Yeah. Back to the
I think I'm
70s?
Chris 70s.
Yeah.
70s.
Yeah.
70s.
Okay. So I actually can pull it up here, especially for anybody that might be in here that is not a Criticless user and has not messed with our stuff. I'm sure most of y'all have, but I have my review pulled up here. I did a draft earlier today because I'm a professional, and I do reviews and put them on the site and all that.
Yeah.
Beforehand. So
unlike some people.
Yeah, unlike some people.
I posted a review last week.
And it was really good.
Did you read it?
We did read
Good,
it. It was very good.
You did a good
I was in bed.
It was a good job.
I was very proud of you. So right now I have it sitting at a 59. This score could change after this talk. But one of the things that I put in my review and the text was just essentially that I was struggling whether to let nostalgia kind of drive my score for this movie.
Yeah.
Because it is very dated. It is very 2000s.
It is.
And so I'm trying to decide honestly right now. My score is not going to change much, but it's literally the difference of a point that will put it from rad to a decent.
Ooh,
And,
dude.
Yeah.
And obviously you have to go rad.
I'm
What's a rad? What's the number?
It's a 60. 60.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Come on.
That's fair. So yeah, I did go ahead and fill out all my sliders. One thing that I totally forgot is that we totally get an itty bitty titty shot in this movie. Did y'all catch that?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Also,
we got the little bush.
Vagine,
Yeah.
possibly.
there's a
If
bit
she
of-
wasn't wearing underwear.
a bit of bush,
Yeah.
that I forgot about.
A tasteful touch.
It almost seems random.
Right.
I mean, it made sense because the way like it's one of those things where they were like, hey, here she is laying naked in a shower.
Right.
You think you would see her naked just because of the situation.
Right.
And then they kind of didn't. And then they
Right.
kind of were like, oh, and here's a nip slip real quick.
Right.
Kind of.
And I mean, honestly, as we've said on this show many times before, if it's a horror movie and it doesn't have at least a boob, it's probably
one
not a
singular
good
one.
Yeah, even just one singular boob. This movie had one singular boob.
Yeah, a singular boob.
One nip. And, he gets a couple points for the nips. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
It's horror tradition to have a titty. So this movie does have one that I had forgotten about.
JB's spooky review said, I never forget that scene. I wore it out on my VHS.
Oh, I'm sure. Just wore it slam out. And Quagmire, I like to hear you're keeping an eye on the scores happening here. Better not be higher than heavy metal or I'm troll to a new level. And I totally feel
troll on my dude.
Yep,
Yeah.
troll the way. No, you don't have to because it's not higher.
That's right.
This is not higher. It's not at a 69, so you are safe. But yeah,
You can troll me if you want.
right. Feel free to troll Matt. But yeah, so I've got my review live here on Criticless. It's out in the wild, and yeah, this movie, man, it's solid. This is a really solid film, and I had fun with it. It is dated. It is very of the 2000s. But I think it's fun.
Yeah.
I think there are a couple scenes where I don't know if drag is the right word, like a little further on into the film.
Uh-huh.
If y'all picked up on that at all, but it felt like it
It
was
slowed down a
yeah,
little bit.
Yeah, it kind of did. I don't know.
I didn't really pick up on that. I think the beginning
either.
is more of a drag than later on. But
Yeah, I thought the beginning was good at setting up like kind of like the mystery of what was happening.
Right.
Because nothing was like making
Right.
sense. It was like, why are we in this nice mansion? Why is all this happening?
Right.
Right.
And then we get the explanation as it progresses. So I personally didn't feel like this dragged.
Okay.
In the beginning or the end.
And I mean, not in any real like bad sense. It just, for me, it felt like there was, I don't know, just some scenes that were a little slower to me, or I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this scene, but like, I can't even really put my finger on it.
Sure.
It was just in that later portions of the movie, and maybe that was when they were dealing with some of the heavier CG too, to where I was like, man, this CG is a little much. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think Mila does a great job. Like, she's really good at the action
Yeah.
stuff. I will say also, it's like, as far as the, y'all know the whole deal with the director and these movies, right?
Yes. Well, I don't know what you're saying, but I do know
I
the
don't.
director in his movies.
In regard to, well,
I am familiar
with the director and a movie. No, so the whole deal is that this is her husband.
Yeah.
Who made this movie.
Oh, that's right.
And he does all of his movies have her for the most part. Like he always like he just did one called In the Lost Lands, which didn't you see, Matt?
Yeah, because the thing is I actually really like a lot of this dude's movies. I know they're not wildly liked, and I understand that, but I tend to like them. Like The Three Musketeers is one of my favorite because it's fucking ridiculous.
Right.
And I love it.
That is one of his that I haven't seen that I want to see.
Dude, it's great. It's a fresh take on The Three Musketeers. It's stacked cast. I don't know. I just really enjoy that movie. And I think everyone should go see his Three Musketeers. But Into the Badlands, it was not a good movie. And I was like, I wanted it to be a good movie. I waited, saw it at home, and I was just like, it's gonna be a good movie. It's gonna be a good movie. Like, my take is like, I like his movies.
You notoriously like movies that a lot of people think are bad.
Yeah, I can find the good in a lot of things. And it was one of those things where this movie, I think I rated it like a decent or maybe a bogus. I don't know. It just wasn't Into the Badlands. Yeah.
So I just looked at it as a bogus.
Okay.
So,
yeah. It was just one of those things where I was like, well, shit.
Right.
I, held out hope. And I thought all the other reviews were right. Like, it was just not a good movie.
Right. But yeah, I think he did a good job in this. This was early on in his career, and obviously he kept doing these. And I do like the second one as well. I actually liked the third one, which people didn't like as much. That was the one in the desert, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And then the fourth one, I can't even tell you what happened.
There's been so many of these.
There's only 5.
Was there? Okay, 5.
Yeah, there's
only 5.
There's 5 of this series, and then Netflix tried to restart it with based on the game movie.
Yeah, it was Extinction was the deserty one. Well, no, there was Extinction, Retribution. So Retribution, I think, was the. Oh, there's more than 5.
And then the final chapter.
Because there's Afterlife and the final chapter.
Oh.
So, yeah, dude, bro, yeah.
So there's 6 then.
Resident Evil Apocalypse, Resident Evil Extinction, Retribution, Afterlife, and the final chapter. That is 6 movies. That is
Yeah. I think I've only seen the first 2. I don't think that I've seen any of the other ones.
I think Extinction was 3, and I think that's the only ones that I own is those first 3. If I remember right, that was like my package deal of them. And I think by 4 was when people were like, oh, okay, these aren't. We don't know if these are good anymore. These might not be great.
We got our taste of the video game, and we're good.
Well, the thing is, like, these don't even like. In my mind, they're completely separate entities. And I remember, I think it was 5 then, where I was just like, this is to the point where it's completely and utterly ridiculous. Right. And I was just like, it was like a cliffhanger. And I just remember looking at Xena being like, what the fuck did we just watch? And we had only been dating for a little while.
Right.
And she was just like, that was a terrible movie. And we were just like in the same boat, and we never bothered with the final movie.
And I think that's the thing is that Paul W.S. Anderson has kind of become known because he did some of these like really bad ones of just like getting these budgets and just phoning it in, not giving a shit.
Yeah.
Like it was like he was putting in the effort, going the extra mile early on, but like he's just become kind of a known for being a sloppier director, and he just keeps putting his wife in everything that he does, which is another aspect
Which
of
is
it.
a problem. But we've actually seen his other movie. We actually, as a group, reviewed Monster Hunter.
Right.
And we all enjoyed that one.
We didn't hate it nearly. We thought it was okay. We were expecting to hate it, and we were like, that wasn't bad.
Yeah.
But we also didn't play the Monster Hunter game, so
Exactly.
we had no point of reference.
Right.
So there was also that.
There's just cats cooking. That's the main thing I know about it.
Right. And as Jake Stanley says, Mila in a movie, I will watch. My wife knows this. So,
Dude, I'm like hit and miss with her. Like, she is attractive.
Yeah. She's not my build type, you know?
She's not my build type, but she's also not the best of actresses. Like,
Right.
sometimes I'm like, I get it. Like, I like it. Like, she's not a Kate Beckinsale.
Right.
Speaking of Underworld series.
Yeah.
But, like,
they're kind of the same in my head, though.
Well, that's funny because Quagmire here has posed a question to us.
What? Are they the same person?
So this is for a $5.
Okay.
Mucho gracias, señor.
Okay.
Which series fell off harder?
Ooh.
Underworld or Resident Evil?
I think Resident Evil fell off harder.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Underworld.
You think?
I think it fell off harder.
It had further to fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could get behind that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Underworld also because and my reasoning was the same. It's funny enough, like Xena and I did the same thing with Underworld.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like Blood Wars or something like that we saw, and we were just like, "What the fuck was this movie? This is a garbage movie." And we loved the Underworld series as much as like more than the Resident Evil.
Same.
World.
Exactly.
Like I'm much more of like a vampire werewolf dude than a zombie.
I agree there. I definitely can get on board with that. I do tend to like that subject matter a lot better. So yeah, I guess we'll go with Underworld then. Underworld did fall because it had further.
Yeah,
to fall,
exactly.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to fall when you're up here on a pedestal. Like, it hurts more when you're up here on a pedestal.
Right. But yeah, as far as Mila, I like her. I think she's definitely sexy. Like she's got the vibe. Like she carries like the way that she carries herself, and she's got this on-screen kind of sex appeal, whatever.
Yeah. And it's weird because like normally I dislike this type of character. Like she's just emotionally she's the most melancholy nothing. Yeah. But it actually works, I feel like, in this just because of the amnesia, and she's like an actual secret agent kind of a thing. And so it works better, and she pulls it off well. It doesn't feel as robotic. Like she doesn't take it too far, you know? So it's still a believable character.
So quandary for you guys in this day and age.
Okay.
Where we kind of talked about this Tron, like
the girl boss stuff.
Right. Obviously, when we were talking about Underworld, and Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Yep.
Females, strong lead female.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a like boss kind of situation?
No, not at all.
I think that part of the problem with current girl boss stuff is that not only is it like that they are constantly having these women do things that aren't believable, that you're like this little freaking 100-pound chick isn't going to throw this freaking grown-ass man across the room, like, and they take no punches. She takes some hits, she takes some falls. It's not perfect for her. Now, I will say that she is probably a little OP in this still.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But
when you don't take into account the second movie, like taking this one on its own, because the second movie isn't that the one where they find out that she's actually like
got the powers or whatever.
Yeah, she's actually like an infected special strain kind of situation.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But like this one, she's just a girl that has training as a spec op, I would assume.
Yeah. And no, but the other big thing with the whole girl boss trope is that regularly in modern Hollywood stuff, not only do they behave in certain ways that are unbelievable, unrealistic, unlikable, and just they do tend to be unlikable people, and a lot of it has to do with how they're written, and they're just like, I'm a bad bitch, and nobody can and you're just like, fuck you, like you're not, I don't like you.
Right.
You suck.
I wouldn't like you if you were a dude and you acted the same way. Like,
right.
It's nothing to do with your gender. It's your you. It's you.
Right. It's your behavior. And we've talked about it like back when I was tried to watch the most recent season of True Detective. And I'm like, there are two lead women in this show, and they are both just men. It is clear that these two characters were written like men, and if they're supposed to be women, so I don't buy this shit.
Right, it's not viable. Right. That's funny. Somebody commented about Michelle Rodriguez.
Yeah,
And she's definitely like written like a dude.
Yes. So that is one thing I was going to say. If there was a girl boss in this movie, a dude written character, it would be Michelle Rodriguez. But she's always been this. Michelle Rodriguez has always been this character.
That's her trope.
That is her trope. That is her typecast. Like, that is.
Yep.
This is how she's written. I'm literally currently watching Lost over again. I totally forgot she was in Lost for like 2 seasons.
Really,
dude, same.
Totally forgot.
I've never seen Lost. So.
She is the same character.
Is she a dude?
Is she a dude? Yeah, no, she is not a dude. But she is this character. Like, and she's a cop. She's a badass. She kills dudes. Like she just keeps getting the same role over and over.
Yeah,
and she's totally fine in this. Like
I mean, sometimes there's nothing wrong with being typecast.
Right.
Yeah. You know, when you fit a role and you're really good at it, that is just who you become, and that's just, and there's plenty like for her and many other typecast actors and actresses, like it just works. That's just who you become.
And I saw a clip that went out in the wild a while back with where she got caught by some paparazzi, and apparently in like real life she's super based. She just like I can't remember exactly what she said or did in this clip, but I was like, hell yeah, like to tell them to eat a dick. Like she's like, it's clear that is also just how she is.
Yeah.
Like, and she like they were trying to push her on politics or something, and she was just like, fuck you. Like, no, we're not. No, I'm not doing this. Like,
right.
And I was just like, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. So, like, gotta respect Michelle Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Also, someone I totally forgot was in this, and I saw coming, was James Purfoy. So, to share, so that y'all know who I'm talking about here. This guy, he turned out.
Yeah.
In full spoilers, this movie's like 15 years old at this point, or how freaking 20 years old, 25 years old.
23.
Oh, yeah. So
not that it matters.
At this point, but
ancient by some standards.
At least 100 years old. Old as balls, as some would say. But yeah, so James has been around for a long time. The interesting thing was I was searching this around because I saw him and I was like, that dude.
Yeah.
Love this dude.
Love
this dude.
He's great in everything.
He is.
He was actually, if you never saw The Following, especially the early seasons of The Following, this show was
fucking
shit.
Phenomenal show.
Yes.
The first 2 seasons. I think the third one's like okay, but the first fucking 2 seasons of The Following.
Kevin Bacon.
Yes, Kevin Bacon, serial killer show or a cult leader.
Cult leader based on like Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah.
Like so fucking good.
Yeah, he was really good in this show. It was cool, and so I saw him though. But interesting thing here was that I was looking around on the web, on like IMDb and these other sites. He's not credited as a lead actor in this movie on any site.
That's crazy.
Except for ours, apparently.
How? He's a fucking lead.
One of the leads. He's literally like, when I say that, like, I couldn't figure out who he was or what his name was. I had to search around because I was like, I only found it on Criticless.
That's crazy.
And it was like he in like the top billed people. He was nowhere, to the point in which I had to go. I found him on Criticless and then reverse search to see if it said on his profile if he was in this, and it did, and it linked me over. But he was not in the lead like stuff.
Dude, that's some Hollywood ass shit where he probably pissed off the wrong person.
Probably.
And then was like, well, you're no longer
like blacklisted
associated with these things.
Right.
Because he's the only things I recognize him from were obviously what we were just talking about.
Right.
And then also Sex Education.
Second row.
Yeah, it wasn't six.
Yeah.
It is.
He's on
Well,
the
that's on
second
Google.
row.
You're just Google search?
Yeah. Oh, just Google.
I didn't do a Google.
Oh, okay.
I was using like the other.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, and it could have been a weird glitch. I don't know,
Yeah.
but like he was not showing up there, or I can't remember. There was somewhere else I looked at.
I also could not recognize him in that photo, so that might have been the case.
He has a big beard now.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Looks dope.
Yeah, he's hard to recognize.
Yeah.
So
nothing like he is in this movie.
no, definitely not. But I did want to get to y'all's reviews because
Hell to the Yizzy.
Yeah, you guys have been reviewing this, and we are at a. I might have changed the score a little bit. We're at 28 voters now. It's at a 66%. So I gave it a 60. I went ahead.
Nice.
I pushed over by a point.
Nice.
But we did have D Smart just hop in here and gave this a 75%, a rad.
Nice.
And we got Wine Fiend, gave it a 73.
Yeah.
Solid.
Okay.
Yeah. We watched last night.
We got Josh here, gave it a 75. I Miss Good Movies. And How to Profit Off a Crisis. I love it. Also, one of the things that I was going to say about this movie with the intro that I forgot is I was like, back before we all like hated corporations, this movie was like,
Dude, they've been preaching that.
I mean, they
pretty
kind of
hard,
have,
yeah.
but like it wasn't as much in the zeitgeist
Correct.
during this time.
You're true.
And this movie really does lean into all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but yeah, so we got I'm As Good Movies with a 67, and I highly recommend you go check out his review if you don't follow him. All of his reviews are always great. But and we got Jake Blue Blaze, who is in the chat, gave this thing a 62%. Loved it when it first came out, and barely resembles the game. And yeah, that does seem to be the big thing with it. And we got Chelsea in here, not to be confused with Chelsea because no one calls her that. Chelsea gave it a 75%. Much respect.
Nice.
So yeah, and always heard of the video games, never played them, and same with the movie. So with you saying that, was it your first time seeing this then? It sounds like she had always heard of it, but never played it, and same with the movie. So that sounds like she hadn't seen it before. So
Yeah,
if
sounds
hadn't
like
seen it
that.
before and gave it a 75, that's good
Yeah.
praise.
Yeah.
Beach Dad also checked it out, gave it a 65.
Also in the chat.
Not a bad movie, and I agree. It's just that's the thing. It's not a bad movie, and this
It's
one,
not.
as a lot of y'all know, with this show is we do critic-hated movies. The reason we were doing this is because it was hated by the critics, and so we'll see what their score is. I'll bring that up at the end of this. But yeah, so he gave it a 65%. Probably Toxic gave it a 77. And also said he had not played the games. And that seems to be an ongoing theme with people in this movie, is that they haven't really played the games. But and I think that's the thing. I don't know if y'all remember, there was like a huge phase back when these movies were popular where like it wasn't people attached to the games, but they'd always have like bumper stickers on their windows of like the Umbrella Corporation logo.
For sure.
You'd see whole cars decked out in Umbrella Corp stuff.
Yeah.
Like it was such a meme during that time before
For sure.
memes. And so thought that was kind of cool. And we've got our grumpy old man here, Caveat Ties, giving it a 47%, but I can respect it, dude. I can respect
I mean, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Blaine can respect it.
I can.
Because he was pretty close to
Hey,
that.
it's still
was
decent.
close to
He
Yeah.
acknowledges that it's a decent film.
And as we've said with critical scores, it's like decent is not bad.
Exactly.
Decent is not a bad place to be. Just
No.
remember how our score works. So yeah, he gave it a 47%, and then we got War Machine in here, gave it a 71%, and dropped Down with the Sickness, which is a perfect song for this movie.
Yeah.
Right.
And yeah, it might not be perfect, but it's really entertaining. And I agree, dude. That is the thing, is that this is an entertaining movie. And I think also this is kind of a good movie for people, because I mean, this is absolutely an R-rated horror movie, but I think that this is a good one if you're kind of... Is it? Oh yeah. Well, I mean, we were talking about having a titty. This had a titty.
Well, there was like a nip slip and one F-bomb.
But also corpses.
There's a lot of
and
gore.
Some gore.
I think there could have been more gore.
There could have
Well,
been.
obviously.
Oh,
Yeah.
There definitely
More.
They like
more gore.
cut away from almost everything.
Yeah, it did
Crazy.
cut away from a lot of things.
Yeah.
Or yeah, but
So I was thinking it was just PG-13.
like dudes
but
getting chopped in half by the lasers was pretty.
cut away. I mean, yeah,
Those scenes
yeah.
were like burned into my like
Oh,
most
yeah, yeah.
memorable scenes from this movie was the laser scene.
for sure.
And the dude getting chopped into cubes.
Yeah.
But we got Jaja, who's also in the chat, gave it a 66%. Obviously, you got to check out Jaja's reviews because he likes to write them as Jaja Binks. So obviously worth checking.
He's writing some good reviews.
Yes, he's a do. And TG gave it a 55%. The Fast and Furious of horror franchises. And honestly, that's a pretty. That's not a terrible comparison, really. I can't argue with that as being compared to Fast and Furious to a degree.
Oh yeah,
So
similar vibes for
yeah,
sure.
but what I was gonna say a minute ago was I do think that this is a really good movie for if you're like just getting into R-rated horror. Like these action horror movies like this are a good like jump starting point where you're gonna get some of the gore,
Yeah. Well,
get some of the spooks.
yeah. And especially if you're into action movies. And that was kind of like, so when I saw that, it's funny enough, this probably is one of my earlier horror movies.
Right.
Because I didn't like horror movies until roughly high school. And then I think I saw a bunch of the Friday the 13th movies on AMC. And then I was seeing things like Resident Evil on Spike. And I was like, oh, horror's not that bad. It's actually kind of fun. And like, I think the Friday the 13th movies are all, I don't remember liking them that much. And I haven't watched them in a long time because I didn't think they were scary or even that interesting. But I was like, I need to watch them. Everyone knows who Jason Voorhees is.
Yeah,
Right.
I think it was what was it, Hydro or something with something to do with water. That was like the
You're
best
talking about
one.
H2O, you're talking about,
Yeah.
You're talking about no, that's Mike Myers.
It wasn't.
Halloween.
Yeah, wasn't he also in it though?
No, you're talking about Freddy versus Jason.
All right. Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about.
But see, now I love horror movies. I'm like, hell yeah, I'll talk horror all day.
Yeah.
Right.
So
This is a good intro horror movie.
yeah, it is.
This is like, especially if you're tiptoeing into like the R-rated stuff. Like
Yeah.
this is a good R-rated where you're not just gonna get like totally shell shocked and be like, this is fucked up.
Right.
Like, you'll be like, oh man, this is kind of creepy.
Definitely. It's more palatable.
Yeah.
For sure. And it's not really scary. Like the scares, it's all jump scares, which is most zombie movies.
True.
But, you know. Yeah.
Or just like with zombie movies, like gross out moments. That's another thing that they capitalize on. It's just like, oh, like,
right.
what the heck?
I will say some of the zombies were pretty bad in this.
Yeah.
They were just like,
there were a
obviously
couple
a guy with some like bad makeup.
Yeah.
It's like,
those were probably the
badass makeup.
There were some really bad
CG. They did
ones, too.
CG faces, like
the guys,
like
half
green,
the guy's
green
head.
I'm talking about the guys that literally look normal with like some gray makeup on. And they were like, here's some like zombies that are CGI, which is fine because they were like, oh, their eyes are in wrong spots. No, these were literally dudes with like gray makeup on. And I was just like,
and that was all they had.
what are we looking at here?
It's worse than like, the fucking, what is it? Haunted maze down the road.
Right.
JV Spooks, just for you, dude. I'm already started watching the second one also, but I plan to watch at least a handful of Friday the 13th this year. And I'm not making any promises. I'll just be honest with my gut.
I get all these like that and Nightmare on Elm Street. I always forget who's who.
So Jason Voorhees.
Yeah, that's
so the hockey mask, machete wielding, Crystal Lake, Lovin'.
Yeah, I've seen
he's not even in the first one. Spoiler alert for everybody out here. He's not even in it.
Oh.
He's not.
Then maybe I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's not him.
Interesting.
Fucking A. And then they were like, let's make a franchise off this shit. Right. Or let's actually make it a dude with a mask, like a machete.
Always freaked me out the most, hands down, was Freddy Krueger with Nightmare on Elm Street. He's
for sure.
Terrifying.
Yeah, because it fucks with your dreams. Right. It's the one that actually like messes with everything we have that every person does.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a natural occurring event that you can't escape, that like, and it's just, he was always the most terrifying. And he looked the scariest, like having freaking knife fingers. Like, come on, man. Terrifying.
It was always walking through the video store as a child and saying that, and also Hellraiser. Hellraiser, the box for Hellraiser.
Yes.
My dad would be like, stop, don't look.
Yeah.
Look away, child.
You'd be like, not look at what?
Yeah. Right. And it's still, as soon as you say that though, it's just like a stamp goes down in my brain. It's like, remember that forever.
Yeah.
Cool. Like, thanks, Dad. Appreciate it.
Right.
Permanent memory.
Yeah.
Dude, yes, exact same for me. And I've never watched those movies.
They're actually,
me neither.
I mean, you probably wouldn't like them. They're very torture.
I know.
Which you don't like torture things, but that's the whole thing with Hellraiser series. Because I sat down and watched all of them a couple years ago because I was just like, what the hell is this all about? Why are there so many of these movies? And I had never seen or knew anything about them.
Mm-hmm. And
they're okay. You have to be into torture stuff.
Right, which I'm not.
Yeah.
That stuff just grosses me out. So I'm just like, I don't feel like this will ever be my series.
Yeah.
No, but so to keep trucking here for a minute.
Wait, before we truck on.
Yeah.
Tenfer.
Yeah.
From Quagmire.
Yes.
Once again, coming in hot.
Yep.
I
got it.
Okay. I got it too.
Okay.
Have you guys ever seen a movie called Lockout?
Okay.
If I'm remembering right, we talked about the movie with was it Sylvester Stallone and
Nope, that's not the one.
No.
All
right.
I know the one he's talking about. I've got it pulled up here.
Main character.
It's got Guy
named
Pearce in it.
No.
Yeah.
It's kind of in the same realm of a movie like Doom, but it's much newer, and I like that movie a lot.
I saw this back in the day when it came out. This is in that vein.
Oh, that chick was in Lost.
Yeah, she was the chick from Lost, Maggie Grace. I did see this back when it came out. I don't remember a lot of it. I remember liking it okay. So yeah, but that is an interesting one. I had totally forgotten about this.
Comparing it to Doom really piques my interest because I gave Doom a 75.
Yeah,
it made me disinterested in comparing it to Doom.
That's interesting.
So I did want to truck through a couple more of y'all's reviews. But yeah, we got Nick Napoli gave it a 71%, and let's see, keep trucking here. So you're
Genius Anus.
Yep, we got Genius Anus.
Most excellent.
Yeah, that's the most excellent. Is that the first one?
Yes, I think it is.
So, yeah, talking about it being from your youth, I totally feel that. And this is definitely one of those that's boiled into my childhood brain. We got JJ Happenstance who's in the chat and rocking a Criticless hat and his picture, which everybody should be rocking a Criticless hat.
Nice.
So yeah, gave it a 68%. And old enough to remember when this movie came out. Absolutely, definitely do remember that. And it was definitely a big deal and was obviously a very popular series going forward. So, and then these are still current. You guys dropped a lot for this.
Yeah, y'all showed up.
Y'all did show up for this. So, but JS Beam said never played the games as well. But that seems to be just such a running theme, and this really does just seem very firmly in the rad. Like everybody is just
we're all real close.
Everybody's
Well, most of us.
Yeah, almost everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a couple outliers, but that's what makes it interesting.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
And
you gotta have the outliers.
That's right. And Life on Marshmallows this is one of their Days of Halloween. So
nice.
A lot of people are doing the Days of Halloween reviews. So yeah, but gave it a 70%. We got Shorty Short also dropped to 79% and liked it as well. So let's see here. And then we start getting into some of the older reviews from the people that have been reviewing this from a while back, but there's a lot of our
100.
Wait, was that a bogus?
71. Is there a bogus?
Go down. Yeah.
We did. That's Lofty. Nobody.
Oh.
We don't talk about Lofty.
Yeah, we don't talk about Lofty. He disappeared also on top of that.
Well, he disappeared from the whole internet.
Oh,
like
wow,
he used to be
gone.
in this conversational sphere. The Twitter sphere was notorious for having like the worst opinions on Twitter.
You took his place.
Yeah, I did.
Or maybe that was just like a pseudonym of yours.
Right. No, there's been a joke about that, but no, it was actually Benology, I think, that took his place, and Benology's been shoved out, I think, too, at this point. Poor guy.
Wow.
Yeah, so this film, though, it seems like it's pretty squarely in the rad. That's where it's sitting in the app. And yeah, this movie is still, it's aged fairly well, I think. You know, well, as far as being entertaining, it's still entertaining.
Yeah.
Some of these movies, they age so poorly that you're like, this also sucks.
Right.
Like, this isn't good anymore.
Yeah.
And this isn't in that space, and that made me happy to see. And it did make me realize how many times I had seen this movie going back and watching it again, because I was just like, man, like I've definitely seen this a bunch because I keep predicting everything that's going to happen. It's because I've seen this many times. I'm not predicting anything. My brain just somehow remembers all of it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but I'm glad that you guys had fun with it too, and that you liked it more.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's actually better than my memory of it. So I'm happy.
God, I know we talked last week about mustache hairs.
Oh man.
This mustache, man, it's killing me. I keep getting these hairs that tickle my nose.
You're gonna cut it off?
I know. Cut off my nose or my mustache?
Either or, man. Whatever your prerogative is. I don't know.
Right. Holy smokes. Did we have a lurker in here? Do we have the legendary Drunk 3PO dropping 5 gifties up in the chat? Thanks, brother. Really appreciate it. Hopefully we get those spread out pretty well. And that means we've had 10 gifted subs this week. Yeah.
Today.
Yeah.
So
that's perfect. Everybody,
awesome.
Everybody's going to be a member at this point, but which we had a good bit of people in here earlier too. But Jake, not Jake, Jay, thanks for that, buddy. We really appreciate it, man. Thanks a bunch. And actually make sure to check out, if you're not subbed to the Monday Hangover channel, which is another channel that I am a part of and very Criticless centric. Make sure to go follow the Monday Hangover channel because they're reviewing other stuff. I do the reviews on Mondays, and then they're doing separate things. With Jay and just some of the other Monday Hangover assorted crew, and even people in the community. And Jay is even talking about allowing people to do some of the streams with us that don't normally do YouTubing.
Oh yeah.
So he's talking about bringing in some of the community, because that's another big thing with Criticless, is us really being for the users. And so doing that kind of with that show as well. So it's going to be some cool things. So that Monday Hangover channel they're going to start doing some more. And I think they are also going to be reviewing Tron either over the next day or two. So
really? The Ares or the original?
Ares.
Yeah.
So they're going to be reviewing Ares. So and it'll be him and Mo, and then whoever else can make it. So I think I'm going to be out of town, but if I can, I'll talk with them about it. So we much appreciated, buddy. And thanks for everybody that's joined the club. Now you guys are in the cult, and you can share. Jay, brother, listen, I absolutely do prefer super. No, I like this a lot, man. You're the freaking man. Thanks so much, dude. A 50, you rock. Thanks so much. And everybody definitely go over and sub to the Monday Hangover and keep up with what we're doing over there, because it is really cool stuff. And Jay is putting a whole lot of love into Criticless and really blasting us out to everybody, and it is very, very much appreciated. That is a saying that Jay is blasting something out is something
he's
Jay
blasting us so hard.
Jay is listen, if
on everywhere he can, he's blasting us.
If there is somebody that can make a Freudian slip, it is Jay. When we were gaming last night, he was saying some ridiculous things. So, but yeah, dude, thanks, brother, for the 50 and for the gifted memberships. We really appreciate it, brother. After getting the wing, and we started out with a Beardo raid. Like the G&G crowd is just showing.
Hell yeah,
today.
brother.
So,
and I also don't want to let that overshadow.
Right.
JJ coming in here, much appreciated, man, for a 10-fer.
Heck yeah.
prepayment for the Death the Smoochie episode.
Yes.
Any day but Thanksgiving.
All right.
So, okay, so I mean, I know what Death the Smoochie is, but are you paying us to watch it?
Yeah,
Is that what I'm talking about?
this is a super for Death the Smoochie. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we absolutely take bribes for reviews.
Yes.
So just know that. We operate just like the Monday Hangover over here. If you guys super enough, it will change potentially what we are going to review.
Yeah.
Sure. That's this. We're cheap.
Whores.
So, yeah.
Doesn't take many dollars to make me change my opinion on things.
Throw him at $1, he'll holler. You know.
Girl, you know that's right.
That is his motto. So and also Quagmire is saying that my dad made me watch Friday at Freddy at 6 years old. Tiptoe my ass. Yeah, bro. Freddy at 6. I'm surprised you ever slept again.
Yeah.
You see a chick get an axe in her face.
Right. And
if you're talking about Friday the 13th, the first one.
The first one also, I'm pretty sure, is where the chick is laying in the bed and gets folded in half and the blood shoots out like 1,000,000 feet in the air, and it's absolutely terrifying. That was one of those that I caught on cable TV on accident. It was just like
branded.
Yeah, just never got away from it. So yeah, but yeah, Jay, thanks a bunch, buddy. We really do appreciate it, and thanks for lurking and hanging out and popping in here and saying hi. It really is appreciated, and this has been a really good show. We've had a bunch of people. I think a lot of people wanted to come in early and hear us talk about Tron. So that was another big thing. And I hope that we were able to give a counter perspective. Jay, you probably weren't in here for that portion, but actually we liked it fairly well. A lot more than everybody else in the space. We're not like saying it's the best movie of the year, but just saying, like, you don't have to go in thinking it's going to be the worst thing ever.
Yeah, we're also just going to stick to our guns and say, we both thought it was rad.
Right. So yeah, it's going to be in the rad territory from both of us. Not quite sure where yet, but somewhere in there. So we are going to be a counter voice on that movie to some degree. So we'll see.
I did have an interesting thought. So coming back to Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The very end of Resident Evil, it's like, Alice wakes up in the hospital bed and she's wandering around. And literally, there's a newspaper that says, like, the dead are walking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This released 3 years before Walking Dead was written. The Walking Dead starts with, what's-his-face, waking up in a hospital bed.
Yeah.
And the apocalypse has happened. And he calls it The Walking Dead.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Did he, like, pull all The Walking Dead from, like, watching Resident Evil?
Right. Probably.
Well, there's also what is it? 21 Days Later. Right. Same thing. He wakes up in a hospital. I don't know that there's necessarily a newspaper that says the dead. It could be. I haven't seen it in a minute, but it's kind of I don't even know, when did that come out.
I was about to say I don't know which one came first. I don't know if it was the Resident Evil or
I think
28 Days Later.
I think 28 Days Later came out first.
28 Days Later came out in 2002.
Same year.
So
wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's when the rise of the zombies.
Yeah, it really was.
And that was the problem, is they ended up just brutally beating us to death with zombie like stuff. And then everybody was like, please stop with the zombies. And somehow Walking Dead's still going. No one watches those shows.
Nobody fucking watches all these shows.
I don't know.
Banjo
watches them.
Speaking of somebody in the chat, like Banjo constantly is talking about the Walking Dead spinoff shows and their water coolers and stuff, like in reviews.
Yeah. The Talking Dead.
Well, and Chris Hardwick that did Talking Dead got canceled into oblivion.
Yeah, never hearing from that guy again.
Yeah, he vanished. But well, and it was interesting because I read the Walking Dead comics like way before they were even a thing, and I remember just like screaming from the mountaintops, like this would make the best TV show ever.
Yeah,
like it would be like the next Lost. It would be the next big thing, and they made it, and then it just kept going, and I was like, I regret everything that I said. I take it all back.
They didn't know when to stop, and they don't know when to stop because they keep making, and their viewership can't be that great because the first like 4 seasons of The Walking Dead were like the most talked about thing since Lost.
Right.
And now they're on like show number 4 or 5, and I don't know anybody talking about them.
No. I
haven't heard a thing.
Anybody that watches them. So it is it's just so strange that it has kept going as long as it has, and this zombie genre is still just shambling along like a freaking
it doesn't have to stop. It's just we're gonna keep pumping out shit.
Right, seriously.
And I agree, Jake. 28 Days Later is actually the best zombie movie in my opinion.
Oh man, I really do love Zack Snyder's remake.
Army of the
no, not
World
Army
War
of the
Z.
no, Zack Snyder's first zombie movie.
Land of the Dead. Are you talking about like
The Living Night?
No, Dawn of the Dead. That's it. Dawn of the Dead from 2004.
Yeah, no, I like that. Is that the one where they're in the mall?
Yes.
Then
Yes.
see, my introduction to zombies was Resident Evil, this movie, and the second one, and then that one.
Right.
And I hadn't seen anything prior to that. Like these were my introductions to zombie.
Right.
And it was all Spike TV, just being like, here you go, here's some zombie shit on TV. Good luck with your life.
Right.
Good luck with your life.
Do what?
Matt. It's just funny.
Creepy. So one thing we need to do that we did last week, and we told all of you guys that we were going to do, and we haven't done yet, is run our polls. Now, I did not pre-type these polls. We're going to have to work our way through this. I do need to, what I'm going to do, I'm doing about 100 things right now here on screen to make sure that I do this right. So I do want to pull up our Criticless, and I'm going to go to the Critic Hated because I think I've been putting them in here. So we're sticking to horror movies for the next few weeks. I will say I do have a movie that I would prefer to do. The one that I would prefer to do and want to stick to, I, of course, did not put in this list, and now Matt is going to have to remind me of the name of the movie.
You're talking about the werewolf one?
Oh, God.
Nightbreed?
Nightbreed, thank you.
I also added one to this list.
Nope.
And Blaine was like, oh, my God, no, I never want to watch this movie again, and Chris will agree with me.
What movie is this?
Silent Hill.
Yeah, that one's pretty traumatic, but I would be down for watching it again, honestly. It's been long enough.
Shoot!
It's been long enough. I just remember Triangle Head and skin coming off.
Honestly,
and then I kind of blacked out after that.
Out of me. I remember my older brothers playing the game.
Yeah.
You know, when you're a little kid, my brother's 5 years older than me, and I was just like, I'm going to watch you play video games because you're cooler than me. And I remember being like fucking traumatized. And then I waited to watch the movies, and I was like, these movies are actually pretty fucking good.
Dude, that first Silent Hill, man, it just, I feel like if I remember right, it tiptoed on that like torture porny-esque. Like,
it was pretty brutal.
Horror, just really brutal. And I think that
I do think it's very brutal. I don't think it's torture-y necessarily, but brutal.
Yeah. But yeah, Nightbreed is the one. So if you are not familiar with Nightbreed, none of us have ever seen it. It is a lot of places right now.
That's true.
It is why I'm kind of vouching for it. Is obviously if you sail the seven seas, it will be wherever you find things that you sail. But this is also on Prime Video. It's on Stars. It's on AMC Plus and Shudder. Like it's a lot of places. And I think it's on one of the free sites too. It's on Tubi or somewhere. So Nightbreed is everywhere. I've never seen it. It's supposedly pretty good, but this is another criticated film. So this is one that I've discussed. The other one was House on Haunted Hill. And that was the other one that we had proposed last week.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that this is definitely a critic-hated film that I'm intrigued to see again. I have not seen this since I was a kid.
Dang, only one review.
Yep, only one review. This came out in 1999. I remember a buddy of mine, Ben, growing up, he was one of those kids. You know, we all had like that friend whose parents didn't care what they watched.
Yeah.
And Ben was that guy. And so I always got to see things that I wasn't allowed to watch when I was with Ben, especially we
Isn't that so fun?
Oh, it was the best. Well, and we would go out. He was an only child.
Mm-hmm.
And he got to watch whatever he wanted, and he would invite me on beach trips and stuff. And so I was like, "Oh, we get to go out of town, and I'm gonna have a whole week to watch everything that my parents won't let me watch for this whole week. Like it's gonna be great." And so that was my thing with hanging out with Ben, was we always got to watch super cool stuff. So House on Haunted Hill, Nightbreed, and then we can add one more to it, to this list. But I figure it will be a horror film of some sort. Ghost Ship was what several people were wanting to do, but it's nowhere. Ghost Ship is like nowhere free, except for if you're a pirate. So that is one that I had considered adding to this. So I don't know if there's another one or if we want to just this week leave it down to
I
two.
mean, I see a lot of people in the comments saying Silent Hill is
Is
a
that
fun
actually
watch.
happening?
There's a couple.
I don't know about that. I think you're
I
you
think
get a little
Matt is trying to make this happen. I'm seeing a lot of Nightbreeds get
yeah.
here. That's
Your
what I'm
biased
thinking.
binoculars are on.
Well, I say if you're afraid of it, then put it in the put it in there and let people vote. If
What
that's the
about-
whole thing?
What about 13 Ghosts? I heard that was really good.
13 Ghosts is really good actually, and I wanted that on the list.
There's literally like 4 movies that traumatized me as a kid.
Yeah,
13 Ghosts,
that was one.
Ghost Ship,
Okay, Ghost.
are literally
I'm picking up a
2 of
trend
all.
here.
And I've watched them since.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I like these movies.
Mhm.
But it was like I watched them before I was into
So
horror.
13 Ghosts is a criticated movie. I was going to put it on this list, and it's not anywhere.
Oh, it's not streaming.
It doesn't seem to be.
Well,
I like that. It's on Plex, which, as far as I know, Plex is
What
a
is
like.
Plex? I think it's
It's
regular.
what
TV.
everybody uses to like download all their illegal shit and watch it on TV.
Oh, really?
oh.
Yeah, so it's one of those things where you can download it, you can pirate it using torrent.
Nope,
and
there we
then
go.
You can save it to your
Oh,
Plex server.
it's decided.
It's been decided.
It's been decided.
There's a
He
decider.
literally mentioned he wore
Yeah.
his Nightbreed shirt last Thursday.
Right.
He wore it again today.
He did.
And now you're paying us.
All right. So
Hell with everybody else.
right, it's pretty much decided. Now, what I am gonna do, Jake Stanley has called Nightbreed. It's up there. I do want to, I want to go ahead and I don't know why it's still showing yes, no in this poll. We'll see how this poll looks when I post it. But I am just gonna put Nightbreed and House on Haunted Hill because I'm curious to see what. See, it put yes, no in the middle. What does that even? What, it has not.
We can't see that.
I did the
We don't
name.
know.
All right, I'm gonna end this poll, guys. Sorry, I'm an idiot. We're gonna start this poll over. It's how this was set up. Oh, it was ask a question is what it was. Okay, I'm new to this whole thing, guys. Sorry about that. So yeah, what movie to watch? We got that, and then we go to Nightbreed, and let's see. I'm glad that like Beardo and them haven't let me do this because I would have screwed it up on their channel. So House on Haunted Hill.
Sure.
And then we're going to go ahead and it won't let me add another option, and it's forcing me to put yes, no. I don't understand that. Like, what is wrong with this poll system?
Weird.
Guys, I might not be able to run a poll because apparently they're...
Why don't we just say yes for Nightbreed and no for House on Haunted
Right,
Hill
there we
or
go.
whatever?
Yeah, because it's clear that the poll system is like broken today or something. I don't know what's happening. It's forcing me to do...
Yeah. Blame the technology.
Nope,
Blaine.
nope. I'm an idiot.
Who would have guessed? I'm shocked.
Yep.
Not
I
that
see what they did there. So yeah, House on Haunted Hill, Nightbreed, or I'll put Silent Hill in there.
Just for shits and giggles. And then number 2 we do next week.
Right? No, we won't. No. So yeah, there we go. Polls up. I'm an idiot. I did figure out how to operate it though. You're welcome.
Good job, Blaine.
I did it. So yeah. All right. Cool. Well, we're probably doing that. Well, we are doing Nightbreed unless somebody beats the 20 that we got on Nightbreed. I'm excited about this.
Yeah, if somebody wants to beat that out, sure.
And as JP said, Beardo.
This is your chance, Matt. All you have to do is donate to the stream.
Right, Matt.
More than
Feel free
$20.
to give more than $20 to the stream.
All right, I don't believe in rigging things.
Yeah, no.
I
I'll tell you.
I will let this be real.
No, it's that Matt is also very cheap is the word that I.
My dad used to call me alligator arms.
Alligator.
He said my arms wouldn't reach my pockets
Nice.
because I would never offer to pay for anything. And I was like in middle school. I'd be like, I don't understand. I don't have a job. He'd be like, alligator arms. I was like,
That is
"All right."
hilarious. A
That's,
dad ripping on his son
Yeah.
for not paying for
paying
shit. I love that.
You know, Matt's dad. That's very on brand.
Yeah, just looking at my childhood there for y'all.
And also, what's great is that like he created it into reality.
Yeah.
Like, we're old enough to be cheap. Fine, I'll fucking be cheap. I'll
Yeah.
show you.
He's
cheap.
like, there's no reason for me not to be cheap. Apparently, people will pay for shit if I just don't
Right.
pay for it. So, I mean,
Like,
here
Dad,
we are.
explain these alligator arms for. I'm intrigued.
Tell me why I shouldn't do alligator arms.
Right. And yes, Jake Stanley, there is a poll. There should be a poll running. I have no idea if it's running. And y'all can just go ahead and post alligators in the chat if you want. Matt will forever be the alligator.
There we go.
The baby-armed
I've already lived with this like stigma in my family since I was like 8. So why not?
Oh,
Why
really?
not?
So did the rest of the family lean into that? Kind of like
No, we all got picked on plenty. So it
Okay.
was like nobody like picked on each other. But it was just one of those things where anytime I was like not willing to pay for something or like ask for money, they'd be like, "Oh, alligator arms."
As an
Coming into play.
8-year-old.
Great.
That's
we find out, we
hilarious.
talk to Matt's dad, and he's like, he was 30. This was very recent.
Last week, apparently.
This is Matt being cheap is not from 8 years old. No, but yeah, it is funny how those things. It's kind of like just when dads roast you, and then especially when a dad roasts you in front of your friends, like it's just forever. Like it is.
Oh yeah.
Or if your dad roasts one of your friends, also, like it just gets cemented into like history. It's part of canon, and it's kind of like even with this whole YouTube community, like once somebody roasts the shit out of you in a super chat, or either like just within on a show, and you say something dumb, it is just like you know. You never hear the end of it. It's kind of like the Jaws thing. It's like,
it's just there forever.
Oh, dude, there last night on the video game stream, and this is now happening on Main Event for Geeks and Gamers, and also on the game stream. There is the account called Blaine's Real Reviews, and it is extremely graphic, ridiculous stories of things that supposedly happened to me, like getting a colonoscopy, and then it ends with me being like, also, Rocky sucks balls, or like something like that, and it's just this ridiculous story. And yeah, and also Jake Stanley, that statement could come across very strange, brother. Did we ever find your package?
I don't know, man. Did you look at your pants? Apparently,
Jake, this is a question that Chris asks all the time, and we're like, you know,
too small.
Yeah,
it got lost in the mail.
That's where it went.
In the mail.
Yeah. Yeah, so Jake Stanley, did we ever find your package? Well, we'll ask your wife and see what she says. But funny enough, your package did just show up in the mail that was sent to you. It showed up to us today. It said it had been delivered to us 2 weeks ago, and it got delivered to me today, opened, with the packing paper gone, but everything still inside.
Anthrax. You got anthrax right now.
So I'm not messing with it. I'm just going to ship it back out to you and send the anthrax right back to you. No, so I it seems to be I don't know. I don't trust the U.S. Postal Service at all. But yeah, we do have your package. I'm going to send it back to you. So yeah, but first you got to like message me or email me the proper address.
Yeah, man, know your address.
Yeah. So for everybody who orders from shop.criticless.com, which is where our super awesome merch is, and hats like these, and shirts like that. You can definitely get some of that on shop.criticless.com. And if you are a Crit Club member within Criticless, you will actually get a free shipping code that you have all of the time that is in your account. All you got to do is go into the settings, and it generates a code that you can, I think it updates once a week, so you could technically use one a week. But so yeah, it's you've got a free shipping code, and just make sure to know what your address is when you're ordering things. Which also Donna, I think, was in the chat earlier, and Donna had an issue where the Postal Service does not think that her address is real. So we've been dealing with that as well.
She's in the U.S.?
Yeah. She said it was somebody else was to blame for changing zip codes or something weird, and so it caused some kind of issue. So it seems like it's a typical thing. And also, Samwise Gigi won in our raffle, and he lives in the middle of freaking nowhere in like the... Where does he live? Some
as long as we're not doxing people.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Okay.
He's very public about the country that he lives in.
Gotcha.
He lives in another country, and I'm trying to remember where it is. It's somewhere in like Eastern Europe. I think it is Netherlands or something. So
not Eastern Europe, but
no one knows that part of the world. This part's what matters. And really just not even below like the southern hemisphere. You know, it's only above that, and this part of the world is.
Yeah, that matters.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Oh, I gotcha. I thought you were talking about the U.S.
Doxcast, yeah. I'm just here to dox all of our users.
Exactly.
Where everybody lives, yeah. No.
Here's his address.
Yeah, he's very public about what country he's from because he speaks another language and he struggles with English.
Gotcha.
But yeah, he won our raffle, and I was like, oh man, I get to send something all the way over there. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
So but it's cool.
Free
stuff,
shipping anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
This could be a hack.
No. Well, that's the thing. The free shipping is only for our U.S. customers, but he raffle.
I got it.
He got real lucky. He was just like super surprised. I was like,
Gotcha.
yeah, I was going to disqualify the non-US people, but I decided to be fair this time. So anyways, but guys, I think that's been it. We've been talking about all sorts of things today.
What was the poll?
Show. I do need to go check on the poll. Let me refresh. Funny enough. Oh, no, wait.
Is it still changing? It was changing on me there.
Yeah.
All right, so Nightbreed 1, and House on Haunted Hill is 2nd. Silent Hill is last.
Yes.
So as of now, it
Lame.
sounds like House on Haunted Hill will be the following week. So yeah, we're gonna end the poll, but Nightbreed won, and it won thanks to Jake Stanley. So really appreciate that. Heck yeah, that's freaking awesome. And we will, as we continue to grow, I'll keep adding perks as far as our YouTube subs as well for our cult members, because there are a lot more of you now after Jay
Heck yeah.
showing some love, and Jake and everybody else who's super
Your
chatted.
wife?
Yeah, thanks
Yeah.
so much. And my wife also super chatted some. So yeah, thanks for all that, guys. Really glad y'all all are members now and keeping up with what we're doing. This has been a really fun show, and we had a whole bunch of y'all in here earlier too, which was super cool. So this is I'm excited. Next week's Nightbreed. I have no idea who is interested in seeing Nightbreed, or if I had never even hardly heard of the movie before.
Yeah. All I'm gonna say is I was looking at the comments, and so Jake Stanley's talking a big game for this movie.
Yeah.
But then we have JB Spooky here saying Nightbreed.
He thinks it's a bore.
So he thinks it's a bore.
Right.
So we're gonna see. This will be interesting because,
Right.
like you said, none of us have seen it.
That's right.
Yep.
And at some point we had Jeremy Allen in here. I don't know if he's still in here. What's up, homie? I did not see your comment. It popped in really quick, but what's going on, buddy? Glad to see you in here. I know that you're on the other side of the world on a whole different day. So it's weird living in another part of the world for sure. But glad you could pop in for that. And yeah, next week I'm excited as well. Kodak Rex, and thank you everybody for hopping in the chat and putting up with my extraordinarily itchy nose and these mustache hairs. They're getting the best of me. But yeah, guys, I'm
It's
excited.
like a band name.
Right.
Yeah.
What itchy nose hairs?
It's a
Yeah,
ska
itchy
band
nose
for
and
sure.
Mustaches.
It's a ska band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Nightbreed probably that's a good death metal band
Yeah.
name as well.
That's what I was thinking as well.
Yeah.
It sounds like a band more than a movie. but-
Right. Well,
Guess we'll find
Jeremy, I hate that it was just here at the end, but and just so you know, we didn't hate Tron. So if you didn't hear me say that earlier, we do not hate it, and I will probably should be getting a solo review video out in the next day or so. I am going out of town, so it's going to complicate things a little bit. So I got to write a script and all that crap. But the new format of videos, if y'all have not seen them on the channel, make sure to go like those and stuff, because we've been working hard on those. We've got High Tide actually editing the videos for us now, which is really cool. So I'm putting together the scripts, making them, and then he's coming back and spicing them up and making them even better, which is really cool. So make sure to check those videos out that we've been doing. Last week was fun because I did Good Boy, which was really cool. Movie about a dog, and well, from a dog's perspective. So that was a super cool movie. So yeah, Jeremy Allen, high praise, didn't hate it. Well, and to be fair, not only did we not hate it, we actually liked it fairly well. So especially compared to everyone else on the interwebs, I do disagree with, as far as Tron Ares goes, with those folks over on like Film Threat and some of the other places where I've seen kind of their complaints of it's I would consider fairly hyperbolic conversations around this movie, very exaggerative. At best. So yeah, it's not perfect, but it's not that bad. So anyways, all right, guys. Well, this has been another one, but what we are going to do before we head out is send you guys off with a song, because if anybody knows anything about this show, we love to give recommendations, love to send you guys off with a song, something to listen to, maybe on your drive around. And we do have a send-off song playlist on our channel where we log away all of these songs. So if you happen to forget them, they are in there. You can go check them out and listen to what we've been listening to lately, even though it is like the most chaotic playlist on the face of the planet. And if you do super chat a song name and band and whatever, we will add it to the playlist as well. So we have been doing that in the past as well. So just know that. But all right, guys. So let's hear those songs.
Sure. I'll go first. So the song is called Quitter by Cameron Whitcomb.
Oh, I know Cameron Whitcomb.
Yeah, I was about to say this is you're probably familiar with him. This is a country song. Or yeah, it's country.
Yep.
And it's a pretty cool song about just kind of like the after effects of like getting off drugs.
Okay.
And the difficulties of like acclimating to life post drugs.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it's just cool.
He's a good artist. Yeah, he does good stuff.
Yeah.
So
that's
Cameron
pretty cool.
Whitcomb. Yeah. And what was the name of the song?
Quitter.
Quitter. Okay.
Yeah, you're quitting drugs.
Yep.
So
he's quitting.
It's hard to acclimate to life.
Yep.
And apologizing for shit you've done.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
nice.
Cool.
Very cool.
All right. And Chris, what you got?
I have a song by Snorkler, and it's called Broken People. And it's very familiar to, or similar to, Modest Mouse vibes.
Okay.
So,
cool.
Yeah.
Who was that again?
Snorkeler.
Snorkeler.
Snorkeler. Snorkeler. Yeah. And the song is Broken People.
Okay.
Yeah.
Broken People.
Yeah.
Snorkeler. Sweet.
It's a good time.
All right. Well, I am going to send you guys off with a good song as well. I'm going to do a song by the Red Clay Strays. These guys are kind of a
They've blown up lately.
they've been blowing up lately, especially for this new song, which I'm going to recommend. They're kind of a country
Steel guitar country kind of, yeah.
bluegrass. They're a little bit of everything, like in that country realm,
Mm-hmm.
but very approachable for people who don't like that kind of music as well. But they have a song called People Hatin', and it's a new one. It's been blowing up. It's really
Nice.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say the band's like tickling something in my brain.
Yeah.
I had done one of their songs years ago
He
on
has.
when we were doing the podcast.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. So, but yeah, this song is really cool. It's basically just about everybody who's just been hating each other and now wanting to disagree and fighting, and everybody just looking for a fight and whatever. And he's just like, can't we all just freaking get along? I'm over this shit. Like, let's just please stop
Yeah.
finding reasons to fight each other.
Yeah.
And it's a great message. I mean, we do need to quit finding reasons to fight with each other. And so, yeah, it's a cool song, and it's just got a good vibe, and he's very. It's a very passionate song. It's just really cool the way that they play it. It's a neat song. So yeah, People Hatin' by Red Clay Strays. So yeah, that's gonna be my send off song for today. And yeah, and obviously listen to some Nine Inch Nails, as Gina said, because there's their new soundtrack I'm going to be listening to for sure for the Tron Ares.
Nice.
Yeah. Keep having to work really hard to say it. But yeah, I'm going to be listening to that soundtrack because it slaps. So yeah, that's going to be it, guys. This has been a really great show. Thanks for everybody joining us. And we will be back again to do this next week. We're going to be reviewing Nightbreed. Do not forget, it is everywhere, easy to see.
And I think people are wanting to know what version.
I would
So
say
we'll need to
theatrical.
clarify that. Okay.
Yeah, I would say theatrical simply because that's going to be the main thing that is everywhere.
Sure.
And I don't know if multiple versions are going to be free on Prime or wherever.
Well, and funny enough, that's what Jake also suggested.
Right.
Was
theatrical.
Yeah.
Most of the time I recommend that, quite often just because the others are harder to find and or won't be like free to stream on your paid streamers. So yeah, we'll go with theatrical. And I mean, that's the thing. Hey, theatrical is what very few situations where I say like that the definitive cut is the theatrical.
Right.
Like there's not a ton, like one of which Batman vs Superman director's cut is the real version that you should watch. Yes, it's like 3 hours and something long.
Yeah.
But it is the only version of that movie that I can call good. So
right.
Or watchable. So
there can be large differences between the versions. for
right.
sure.
So there are certain films for sure that fall in that category, or like the Justice League, even both Zack Snyder movies.
Exactly.
But yeah, and there are some others too. I mean, but that I would say to stick with the OG one for sure. But yeah, guys. Well, this has been fun. It's been great. We'll be back soon. Everybody take it easy. See you with Nightbreed next week. Later.
Later, you guys.
Peace.